right. Hello, True Heel Heat. I'm the AEW World Champion MJF. Just in case you're deaf, dumb, blind, stupid, or since you listen to this podcast, or you're listening to True Heel Heat, and I apologize for that.
What's going on, everybody? This is your former AEW World Heavyweight Champion. Once a champion, always a champion. Swerve Strickland. Whose house? Swerve's house. You're watching True Heel Heat podcast.
What's up, True Heel Heat? True Heel Heat.
What's up? True Heel Heat.
Hello. It is me, your True Heel Phenom, SP3, and we are live on the True Heel Heat YouTube and Facebook for AEWramble 248, Hair or Nothing, reviewing last night's May 6, 2026 edition of AEW Dynamite and Collision 3-hour special. And of course, to do that, I am joined by my esteemed colleague. He is the man of over 60,000 subscribers. You go to him for your TV and movie reviews. You go to him for his honest criticisms of All Elite Wrestling and Tony Khan. And of course, his Yankee fitteds. He is the one and only Jimmy Macaram. How you doing, Jimmy?
How am I doing? Not great. Not great. We'll see how the show goes, but I don't expect a good one. What a disgusting, putrid, fucking annoying piece of shit that show was. I mean, that's up there for me. That's up there for my least favorite shows ever.
Damn.
Yeah. It wasn't bad, which would have been fun. Just fucking slog. Just a fucking bore. Good Lord. Ugh.
Yeah. It was bound to happen, especially when earlier in the day we're doing GOAT match series and you were like, yeah, AEW's been on a good streak. They're bound to disappoint me eventually. And I think that you kind of knew with the 3-hour format, you was like you was hedging your bets that it was gonna happen.
Yeah. You can't be good all the time. Well, I mean, a real professional organization could, but AEW, no. It's like that.
No. If you're one of the top 2 promotions in wrestling, it seems like you can't be good for that long.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on the other show. What a fucking mess that is.
Oof. I don't think it's ever been that as messy as it is right now with the other promotion. But of course, this is AEWramble, so we will be talking about that before the end of the show. But we appreciate y'all for joining us live. We appreciate y'all for watching us on demand. Remember to show your appreciation back the simplest way possible. Drop the thumbs up on this video. You can also share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the True Heel Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. You can also sound off in the comment section if you're watching us on demand. We always like to keep the conversation going over there. So give us your thoughts on last night's AEW Dynamite and Collision. As much as you want to when it comes to last night's show, please let us know in the comments what you think about that there. And of course, if you're with us live, you can be a part of the conversation. You can be a part of the show by sending your thoughts in the live chat. We love to interact with all of you and hear your thoughts on last night's AEW Dynamite and Collision as much as you want. And we'll try to highlight as many of your comments as possible. But of course, if you're feeling generous, you want to give back to what we do here, you want to show your support to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel in the best way possible, you could do so with a super chat donation. Any dollar amount matters. It goes back to the contributors that you see on screen with us here, and we always appreciate the support. We already got in the chat with us today, Eric Isaac, who says, "Hey, THH fam, rest in power to the great TV icon, Ted Turner. And could we see bald MJF in a couple of weeks on Double or Nothing?" We could with that, but that would probably bring us to talk about the big loss in the world of professional wrestling yesterday. Ted Turner passing away. Ted Turner, of course, being the pioneer of WCW, bringing WCW and Jim Crockett Promotions to Turner Broadcasting Station in the early 80s, and really giving wrestling a different kind of mainstream platform outside of WWF during that time, and really kind of a trailblazer in the business and a genuine love for the business, because like Sting said last night, there was times that the ad people, the people within Turner were like, the wrestling is not good for our station, and he just kept putting them on. And I think that even when WCW went out of business, if it wasn't taken over by AOL, if Ted Turner was still in control, then Nitro would have been on to Turner Broadcasting Stations a little bit longer. But any thoughts on Ted Turner, the loss?
Yes, I always say there's no such thing as a good billionaire, which I think I'm going to stick with, at least for a little while longer. But if there is, Turner would be on the list. He's one of those, what do you call them? Socially liberal, but fiscally conservative people. Usually I write those people off. But Turner is, first of all, hysterical. And number two, legit. He was always big on, he was always on the right side of causes, whether it's abortion or fucking Palestine, Israel 20 fucking years ago.
Yeah.
He was good people's, if it's possible, and he'll be missed.
Yeah, definitely gave us a lot of different stuff when we were kids, like I said, with pro wrestling, but also kind of the Cartoon Network. A lot of things he put onto the world, and like you said, in the political sense, was definitely against the grain from the typical billionaires and rich people out there.
Indeed, the greatest mustache ever.
Indeed, you can't deny that. You can't deny that. We got Annika, who says, "Hey homies, R.I.P. Ted Turner, who gave us arguably the best era of wrestling entertainment." Yeah, there would be no Monday Night Wars without Ted Turner. He was the only person who had the money and actually really competed with WWF during his time.
Yeah. If only somebody could do that.
If only there was someone else who could do that. We got Annika. He says, "Dang." We got Dion. He says that was a disappointing stipulation. I mean, I would have preferred the stipulation I suggested, but I don't think it was disappointing.
It was shit. That's fucking hilarious. Yeah, I was scared to put his career on the line. Or maybe he could never challenge for the world title again. His hair. Oh, okay. Glad we cleared that up. Thought we were a serious company for a minute.
We got King Potato who says, "Yo, sup, THH fam? Yeah, a Dynamite was a show." Greg says, "Yeah, we ain't need 3 hours for that. There's probably like a decent to good 2-hour show, but it was elongated into 3 hours."
Maybe it's a decent 3 hours. No, I'm not doing that. Say much for you. I hate these 3 hours I watched. Shit.
He said, "You think I'm watching that third hour?"
I watched clips. That's all I needed.
We got Venom Hernandez. It says, "If MJF loses his hair, he'll look like John Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli."
Good for him.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Yeah. Big Man Doug says, "Glad I wasn't the only one. This was not good."
Jarring.
King Davion, who says, "R.I.P. Ted Turner." We also got some love for Ted Turner here from Mr. Towns, as well as King Potate, who says benevolent billionaire, which is very rare words to put together.
Indeed. If at all possible.
King Davion saying, "I was shocked when I heard Ted Turner did stuff for Cartoon Network." Oh yeah. He put it on. That was he gave us so many different things. Wrestling, but not only wrestling, but cartoons. Appreciate him for both of that. We got Greater Than Haro, who says there's a decent 1.5 hour show there.
There's a decent with the entrances. There's a decent 18-minute show in there.
From Darby's entrance on. Oh, Darby's entrance all the way to Okada challenging him. That's
Really.
Annika says it's a more realistic stipulation. Darby could actually win.
On what planet? On what planet is MJF going to take the chance and cut his hair off? What? Good Lord. No, that's not happening.
I mean, I can see a world where he has a movie role that requires him to shave his head. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to use this for a stipulation.
MJF has cut his hair. I mean, has fixed his hair 2 or 3 times at this point. He's not cutting all his fucking hair off. Please stop it.
Oh, we got King Davion who says a damn 3-hour Rampage / AEW Dark last night.
What's that? My hair don't go back. Fuck out of here.
Annika says, "We said the new hair ain't working."
All right.
So he had to lose it. You got to lose it to get a new job. He got to get a third one.
Anybody here put some fucking money on it? Let's cut through all the bullshit. Anybody here put some money on it?
Who's gonna put some money up against Jimmy, y'all?
Taking all bets. I'll give you 2-1 odds too.
We got Big Man Does says there's a chance it won't grow back. That is true. That is true. What's up? What's up, Chuck Berries? Appreciate you for joining us. He says Ted Turner, the anti Vincent Kennedy McMahon. There was always Vince, always the line I remember Vince saying that he was like, "I'm competing against Ted Turner. I don't even know who Eric Bischoff is."
That's hilarious. I will say, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I do miss Vince's leadership at the top.
Well, speaking of that, that brings us a nice segue to the other topic we got to get into before we get into Dynamite. WWE has been on an all-timer when it comes to company PR since, I want to say since the beginning of the year, but definitely since WrestleMania, with how ad-ridden WrestleMania was. Then 1 week later, they released 24 wrestlers from the company. You had the town hall meeting, which had Nick Khan, who said anybody complaining about WWE right now are just the vocal minority, and brought up old tweets from 2015 and that said that Roman Reigns wasn't working as a top guy to prove a point that they were wrong, and that he's working now. Then we also had Mark Shapiro admit that Nick Khan and Triple H use AI for storylines. Then we get all of that leading up to Saturday. Last Saturday, we were on the air for the True Hill Heat flagship podcast when the news dropped that the New Day had left WWE. They had left under a mutual parting of ways after it was then reported by Fightful Select Brian Alvarez of the Wrestling Observer as well, saying that New Day was asked to restructure their contracts that they had just signed last year, basically asking for a WWE or TKO asking for a pay cut, and they refused to do that, and they were able to be let go from the company. They also released Jeff Cobb, aka JC Mateo, who was just signed to the company last year, didn't even make it 1 year in the company, and Tonga Loa, who had just been in the company for 2 years. And then all the news coming out during the week after this whole report about the New Day was that not only were the New Day asked, but several other talent were asked to take pay cuts based on, I guess, deals that they recently signed, as well as other deals. And one talent in particular, a majorly pushed star, was asked to take a 50% pay cut and accepted it. This comes all the way to leading up to this week, where the company did their stockholder call, where they revealed that they had made nearly $2 billion this quarter alone. And that Nick Khan, first it was reported that Triple H had signed a new contract with WWE, getting a pay raise. And Nick Khan this week was announced as signing a new contract with the company through 2030 with a 50% pay raise included in it. Jimmy, what do you think about all this news with WWE and TKO, in particularly the whole New Day fallout?
Well, let's start with the thing that's most important to me, which is the wrestling side of it. What a waste of the New Day's heel turn this has been after an all-timer segment and supreme heat for a few weeks after that. To not follow that up with anything really is jarringly bad and a smudge on the career of either Triple H or Chad GPT or Claude or whoever the fuck is in charge of this storyline. Somebody fucked up. So yeah, that part is heinous. And why you're getting a pay raise for doing a bad job, I don't know. That and Triple H, Nick Khan, they both fit in the boat at this point. As far as the pay cuts go, good on the New Day. They made enough money over their career, I presume. They know they'll be taken care of if they leave this place to go to AEW, I suppose. And there's no need for me to stick around here. Good for them. I appreciate it, at least for the moment. Once they're on my TV on Dynamite, I won't appreciate it anymore. But for the moment, I appreciate them sticking by their fucking guns and not taking a pay cut that is unnecessary. About TKO. This is as awful as Vince is in so many different ways. He is a person, so he can make decisions that somebody else wouldn't make. He can keep R-Truth around for the fuck of it because I think he's hilarious. Businesses don't work that way at all. It's a streamlined situation. Anything that can be cut gets cut, and you're seeing it now. And at best, it'll lead to a third wrestling organization. At worst, it might lead to a union if they keep pushing it the way they're pushing it.
Yeah, I think they are pushing it to the place that it's gonna be like necessary for them to have a union. Like you always hear them like during these stock calls and town hall meetings trying to compare themselves to all these sports leagues, but all these sports leagues have collective bargaining agreements.
Yeah, and they would no, because that means you're gonna keep a wrestler into old age, into uselessness. No, that's not how this works. This is capitalism, pure and simple. But yeah, this might be a good thing long term if it gets these wrestlers off their asses. I don't know how many you need, big stars wise, or if you need all the little guys to kind of take part. Because let's say Roman, Cody, and Punk wanted no parts of this, but everybody else did. You can still get a union.
Yeah, you could. I was gonna also bring Brian Alvarez also reporting that the WWE/TKO reasoning behind asking for the pay cuts is because the wrestlers are not wrestling as much as they were previously. Of course, this comes off the heels of TKO merging WWE and UFC under Endeavor and them cutting house shows. So because the wrestlers are not working house shows and they're only asked to work once a week, you're only wrestling 2 times a month at best. That's why they are saying they have to pay you less than what they originally agreed to pay you.
I thought the reason we were cutting house shows because it wasn't financially viable.
Yeah, that was the first reason. Yeah.
So if it's not financially viable, it makes no fucking difference if it's gone or not. So give me my fucking money. What the fuck's going on here? What is going on?
You're working less. You're working less hours. We're not open every day. It's like if you work at a store. It's like you work at a store that's open 7 days a week, and then they decide to close on the weekends. We're only asking you to work 5 times a week, so we have to lower your wage per hour.
What if we made no money on Saturday and Sunday? And nothing has changed. Give me my fucking money. Jesus, these people are fucking gross. I'm saying this. I wonder if they could drive into the fucking ground. Will it ever get that bad? I doubt it.
Nah, I don't think it'll ever get that bad. And WWE always is going to have that section of their fan base that wants to protect them and defend them with any decision that they make. Like the people that were some people who were even like upset about how the New Day was booked after their heel turn because they're so pro WWE have come out and be like, well, they were useless anyway. They're old, they're washed, all this stuff. So that's kind of how.
Well, that's true. They are old and washed, but it doesn't change the fact that they had a fantastic heel turn that should have been capitalized on in some form of fashion. Put the belts on them. What are we doing?
One positive is it forced them to actually push the underpaid NXT wrestlers instead of taking 3 years. They are not gonna. Who's the underpaid NXT wrestlers that they push?
Yeah, we're gonna get rid of Kyrie because we got a youth movement. I mean, you want cheap labor? Gotcha. Please speed this shit up. Lord. Scumbags.
Oh man. Oh yeah, Mr. Townsend. Nick Khan signs a new TKO contract. He's going to tear up WWE more in 2030. I remember when we were 2024, we were screaming for the mountaintop. Nick Khan, the real MVP. He's the real person behind it. But he has I think we talked about this last week. He has ruined his reputation and his credibility with some of these interviews.
Yeah, but hey, what did I tell you? What's his actual job title? His actual job title is taking over the world. He's continuing his part. He's doing what the fuck he's supposed to do, which is fucking get rich and make the company rich. Fucking egregious.
Yeah, TKO can't explain nothing, right? King Potato saying, yeah, but if they don't cut talent, how is Nick Khan supposed to get a 50% raise? Think about the executives, guys.
Heinous.
Hey, big man dogs. You're naming 2 people Two people who they did take 3 years. Like Obafemi's been wrestling since 2022. They did take 3 years before they eventually called them up. And Trick Williams is more than that. They took 5 years in NXT before they actually called them up. So they're still taking the 3 years. You said instead of taking 3 years. No, both of those guys, it took 3 years to get to the main roster. We got Davion who says, I woke up to the New Day departure and I was in shock. I've never been that surprised on a podcast before live. I was like, nah, this ain't real. I literally had to check it myself. I was like, nah, they ain't in the alumni section. I thought they were lifers. I thought they would always have a job.
Why? That'd be nice. We're all on the same page. We're all on the same page. TKO bad. I'm with you. I'm with you guys. I'm with you. But I know it's coming. So I won't be with you for very long. I don't need this in my life. We've seen these people. Fuck that. I'm not, listen, we did enough shitting on them. Can I shit on the other side if you don't mind? It's been enough. It's been 15 fucking years. I don't want to watch WWE fucking Dynamite. I'm not interested. I fucking don't want to see Dean Ambrose or Cesaro or Edge or Sasha Banks or the fucking New Day. If you don't mind, can I just watch MJF and Darby and Takeshita and Willow? Is that okay? Can I not see people I haven't seen for fucking 15 fucking years in a row? Good Lord. Niggas is 40. Move on. Fuck. You know, my case, fuck Kofi's family. Do something. Get the fuck out of here.
What the fuck? This guy's outrageous.
Jesus.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
I'm not gonna watch them and the fucking Young Bucks in the ring fucking cackling and kiki as they wink at the camera with all these inside references. Oh, good Lord. Turn this shit off. Then the term, well, you know, the Nielsen ratings, they changed again. No, this is just ass. This is ass, and we don't want to watch it. Good Lord. Oh.
Big Man does say, and I mean on the main roster, like how previous call-ups did nothing on the main roster. No, this is just the Braun Breaker push. Braun Breaker got a similar push. They don't know, like, so I think we have two different definitions of like an actual push. An actual push for one of these NXT stars is to make them a main eventer that is in the top mix with the Codys, the Punks, the Roman Reigns. If you're just getting like a Braun Breaker push where there's an obvious ceiling above you, or they're not going to really put you in that upper echelon for one reason or another, then it's basically what they've done with a million other call-ups to the main roster. There are a few that have like broken through and are one of their top stars in either the women's or men's division. You could say Tiffany Stratton, but the women have a ceiling on them right now. It seems like in all these companies, the women's division has a ceiling on them. And like Braun Breaker, he got a legitimate push. He got part of the main event stable on Monday Night Raw, but they didn't go all the way with him. They kind of honey-dicked him when he was at his peak. And then with Trick Williams, they got him in the U.S. title division. They're not actually pushing him into the main event scene yet. They will. They should. But they're not doing it right now. Obafemi, they are. But even with him, he's now spinning his wheels after he just beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania.
So if you're not a top three, it's not a push? What are we doing? What is going on?
It's not a push to me because they've done this before. They've done this with so many other guys. And then they don't do anything.
So outside of Roman, Cody, and Punk, there's nobody can push? What's going on here?
Seth is in that top mix.
There's no need to insult.
Drew gets a couple of months in that top mix.
Drew's the same thing as the rest of these people. Where you get to hang out for a little bit and then sit on your way. No offense, Drew.
You want Drew up out of here next? Damn.
I like Drew, but it's been over for a while now.
Big Man does say, and I'm surprised people are surprised that TKO sucks. They are doing what they did to UFC.
Yeah, I mean, the guy practiced at it.
Yeah. We got Short King the Goat who says, nah, you on a diabetes trip today, Jimmy, you wildin'. Diabetes? Like what?
I'm wilding? How? It's the truth. It's the fucking truth. Can't we accept this as it is? Why do you want to see the New Day? For what? I would love for them to get paid and stay on fucking WWE main event or where the fuck they've been. But what does this have to do with ruining my television? That's all I'm asking.
Wait, how is it ruining your television?
Because they have been on WWE television for 15 years at least, doing the same shit over and over again. Why do I now have to see it on a different station with more people I don't like Matt Jackson?
Like Matt Jackson is why.
Let me ask you something. Who would you rather see? Would you rather see fucking Takeshita or Edge? I don't understand. Would you rather see MJF or fucking Dean Ambrose? I don't understand. Haven't you seen enough Dean Ambrose for your fucking lifetime? That's all I'm asking.
I love that you're just calling him Dean Ambrose now. He's not even John Moxley anymore.
Whatever his name is. Fuck him. Haven't you seen enough Kofi? How long has that been? When was Kofi Mania? Fucking 15 years ago? 10 years ago?
It was like 7 years ago. Jesus.
That's 2019. It was?
Yeah, it's 7 years ago.
Oh, the peak of his powers was 7 years ago. What are we doing? What are we doing? You don't want to see some new people? What the fuck? Good Lord.
Just because I want to see some new people doesn't mean I don't want to see the old people.
Let's see the New Day. What are they going to do? Dance? Okay. Shake their fucking bodies? Oh, that's beautiful. Blowing a horn? Oh, okay. No Big E still? Great. Let's see some more of this. Good Lord. I don't understand.
Did you see the Gingerbread Man segment with Trick Williams?
I did not.
Oh, okay.
I saw Trick slap somebody backstage, which fucking popped me.
I think that was a couple of weeks ago. Yeah.
Head of State. If you've ever seen the Bernie Mac movie.
But yeah, freaking Sami Zayn beat up a mannequin wearing a gingerbread costume and ripped it apart, and then Trick acted like the gingerbread was real, did the X, and basically they're doing a funeral for the gingerbread.
Oh, I did hear that. I did hear that. That's fucking stark. Trick Williams feels like the Black Deadpool or some shit. He's done it existing in the world he's in.
Oh, we got a super chat donation here from Will Chisholm. Thank you so much, Will. We appreciate the support. As always, you're the first one to send a super chat, so of course we will
speak, bitch.
let
Come
you.
on now. Oh my God, Schiavone, what the hell is wrong with you?
Will says they said Obo wants to work you, but he wants to do his family stuff again. He said SummerSlam or Mania. He got you.
Absolutely. Boy, this Roman thing playing out just how we all thought it would. Just back to this horse shit. Good Lord.
He's like, I'll get to that, but first I'm gonna put over Jacob. All right.
Oh, you think it's really gonna happen? He's gonna put the belt on Jacob?
No, he's putting him over by working with him. That's his form of putting someone over. That's what he did with with Jay, and it worked.
Sure, for a little while.
Yeah.
I don't matter. You're the guy. You do what you want.
Oh my God! And then he freaking sent Jacob and the Usos and the MFTs. They main evented SmackDown over Cody versus Ricky Saints.
Over a Gunther fucking appearance. What the fuck is going on? Holy shit! I was just floored. That's disgusting. Could they make it any more plain to Cody what time it is?
I said this when we reviewed WrestleMania. I was like, the LVP of WrestleMania is Cody Rhodes. He lost a political battle. Not only that, Roman and Punk, they main evented night 2, and then they delivered this epic main event that just washed whatever Cody and Randy thought they were doing on night 1.
Yeah, no horse shit. No fucking Pat McAfee. You poor fucking bastard.
An actual story, not fucking 7-8 heel babyface turns in one match.
Yeah, they were overcompensating big time. But fuck them. That's what you wanted. You get to hang out for a little bit. Listen, you were the guy for like a year, and now you're one of the guys.
Nah, you guys got to confuse War Hero. He is not the new Hogan. Roman is the new Hogan. Roman is the only person that I've seen in wrestling history that's knocking on Hogan's door as one of the biggest politicians in wrestling history. I'm trying to think of someone to compare Cody to, of someone who's gotten like this politically manhandled when they think they a politician. Macho, maybe? Yeah, Macho's a good show, maybe.
When they think they're a politician. Yeah, I don't know. I think that Cody is his own entity. I've never seen someone who thinks that they are this mastermind politician. They're being given the ball, the company is behind them and everything, and then he just has the carpet pulled from under him like this. But not for no reason.
No.
You've seen the numbers. No disrespect. Cody said this hilarious. Listen, it is what it is. You had your chance. It didn't work out great. And now you're back to where you belong. 2, 3.
He thinks he was getting club service. He was in the VIP section, and they was just like, nah, someone bigger came on through. We got to get you up out of here.
It's the guy I beat. Ain't that a bitch? The fuck is this?
It's like, what? What are you talking about? I beat him.
Fucking Ultimate Warrior ass nigga.
Yeah, yes, there we go. That's it. You got given the torch. WrestleMania 6. Everybody's gonna remember WrestleMania 40 as WrestleMania 6. They thought they had the new top guy. And then it was just like, nope. When it comes crashing down and it hurts inside, bloodline. Dun.
We're putting the belt back on Hulk. You're a team player, pal.
It's like we're gonna put it on Sergeant Slaughter, and then Hogan beats him at WrestleMania 7. The very next year.
What the fuck is going on?
At least Cody got 2 years.
Yeah, he got the Cena stuff, which was also ass, but you know, let's blame everybody else, I suppose.
Nah. The Ultimate Warrior is too accurate. Not even Brett. Not even Brett. Because Brett was just one of the many victims of Hogan. But it was like, but he never even got the torch passed to him by Hogan. He was kind of the guy because Hogan wasn't there. And then, but it's too accurate. The Ultimate Warrior one is too accurate. Hogan passed the torch to Warrior. They gave it a year. He couldn't put up the same numbers as Hogan. And Hogan, they put the title right back on Hogan when he came back.
I guess it's just funny. Beat it. So what do you do now? Do you wait for another guy? You try it on Oba? How long do you keep fucking having Roman try out different fucking successors and not working?
I don't see why to try Oba.
You gotta try it.
Yeah.
I don't see it working. He's Oba's more like a Brock Lesnar, ironically. I just don't see he's super important, but I don't see him as going to be the face of the company moving forward. I don't see that. They tried that with Brock, it didn't work. Sorry.
No. See, like King Potato, not even Triple H really works to this comparison because Austin didn't fuck with him like that. Go back to SummerSlam 1999 when Austin's supposed to drop the title to Triple H. He says, put Mankind in that shit and have him win and then have Triple H beat him the next night.
I love Austin. Favorite wrestler ever. However, this excuse they try to make for Austin not putting over Triple H. Well, they wanted to have a babyface go over for what? What for what? A feel-good ending? The show ends with Triple H beating the shit out of him. What are we even talking about? What is going on? Austin didn't want to be pinned by Triple H. Fair enough. He said, I want to wait. Let's see what happens first before I start fucking laying down for the King of the Ring of 96.
Oh, man. Ultimate Warrior is such a good comp. It's such a good comp. There's like such a good comp. They're going slow and steady with Trick, which I think is the right way to do it. Have him have a good reign as a mid-card champion, and then eventually move him up to the main event scene.
I gotta be honest, I did not see the Trick Williams stuff coming. I knew it over right away. Whenever he first appeared on TV, I saw the walk and we got the star. We can all wait. But Trick, I'm impressed by how over he is. It's jarring to me. I don't understand.
He's got that. He's got that charisma, that connection with the fans. He's always had that charisma to him. I remember his first promo in NXT 2.0, and he was "I'm body," and it was just he had the talking to him, and he had that swagger to him. He just had to develop as a wrestler. Because when I saw him in his first matchup, I was like, oh my god, he is green as shit. It was like a CAW in one of those WWE SmackDown games when you don't have enough like XP to give him any moves, and all he can do is stop and punches. That was Trick when he first started, but he developed into a pretty good wrestler.
I'm hearing the connection, the charisma, the swagger, everything except saying Kevin Nash is right. I don't. Where the fuck's that part at? Where is that part? I know all
urban. He is too urban. He's
That's
urban.
Right. He's urban enough. Why is Schiavone not over? And Trick is. Team Big Sexy. Try to tell you, the man knows what he's talking about, even if you didn't want to hear it. It's the truth. Sorry to break the news to you.
Kevin Nash is right. That's gonna be Jimmy's t-shirt. Kevin Nash is right. Be urban. Be more urban. Be like Trick. Be more urban.
It is what it is.
Shout out to Auntie Collins in the chat. He's shouting out her arch nemesis, Jimmy Macaram, because he made fun of Washington. You made fun of Washington, and she likes Washington.
Oh, are you from Washington? My apologies.
I don't think she's from Washington.
Not for an insulting. My apologies that you're from Washington. That shouldn't happen.
Jimmy Macaram, y'all. Jimmy Macaram. All right, let's get into it. AEW Dynamite and Collision last night took place from Charleston, South Carolina. What did you? Oh no, North Charleston, South Carolina. What did you think about the crowd last night in North Charleston?
I actually dated a girl from South Charleston, North Carolina. South Carolina, rather. Good crowd. I know you guys don't like them, but they were silent for the parts they should have been silent for, which was all of it. So good on them. I got your back.
This crowd sucked. This crowd was one level above the Fresno crowd. The Fresno crowd was the worst crowd of the year so far. This was the second worst.
What were they supposed to cheer for? Fucking Juice and John Moxley? Sting talking about some dead guy? Are you fucking serious? Hey, dead guy. You what? What are you supposed to cheer for this? It's outrageous. Yeah, ethical crowd. Don't let them hold you down. This is shit. We're treating you like shit. No offense.
What? She says, Washington State by way of New Jersey, my home, my blood. She was born in New Jersey, where you live now.
Come through.
There you go. I don't know what that means. Dog says ethical crowd. There you go.
Yeah, it's not their fault.
We got AEW coming on air with Tony Schiavone in the ring to pay tribute to Ted Turner, who passed away on Wednesday at the age of 87. Schiavone said that Turner believed in pro wrestling and the fans and that wrestling belonged on national television. Because of his vision, wrestling found a home on TBS and TNT, making fans realize they were destination viewing. Schiavone brought up starting in the studio in 1985, and decades later, because of the leadership of Ted Turner, Tony Khan, and Warner Media, wrestling survives. Turner loved wrestling and the fans, and we are here today because of him. Schiavone says that there's one man who knows this better than anyone else, a man who arrived in the studios of TBS in 1987 and has become one of the faces to what wrestling means to TBS, and he welcomes out Sting. Sting walks out to no music, instead holy shit chants from some fans as he hugs Tony Schiavone when he gets into the ring, and he says that Ted Turner is a big part of why they've been together nearly 40 decades, and no Sting has memories he wants to share. Sting says, imagine having a billionaire who was all in on pro wrestling, Big Ted. Sting can't believe how committed and devoted Turner was. Even when top brass questioned pro wrestling being in the red, Turner would look at all of them and tell the wrestlers to keep doing what you're doing because I have deep pockets. Sting says there wouldn't be a Sting, a Darby Allin, a TNT title, a Tony Schiavone without Ted Turner, and thanks Big Ted again. Schiavone brings up how Darby is facing the Turner Network television champion, Kevin Knight, tonight. And Sting says that he and Darby took a blowtorch to this place for 3 years. And it's great to be back in South Carolina. And great that Allin will defend the AEW World Title tonight. Sting is also grateful for another all-in billionaire who wants to keep the ball rolling, Tony Khan. Schiavone brings up the side plates on the TNT and TBS title are to honor the Turner Network past, and their thoughts go out to Turner's family and friends and lives he touched. Now they do a 10-bell salute as they bring you 3 hours of Dynamite and Collision in tribute to the Maverick Ted Turner. So they do the 10 bells. This was a nice, classy tribute. Probably one of the better moments of the night. What did you think?
Yeah, this was really well done. It's a nice use of Sting, and it was mostly classy. You know, we had to make a connection between Ted Turner and Tony Khan somehow.
I knew. I was waiting. I set you up because I was like, I know the parts you didn't like was them referencing Tony Khan. They didn't need to mention it more than once. I think once is fine to make that connection, but multiple times, yeah, it was a little much.
Fucking agreed. They should have had the Michelangelo picture of fucking God touching man with his finger pointed out. Ted Turner fucking Tony. Fucking stinks. Are you fucking serious? Anyway, beautiful tribute otherwise.
And I agree. Good use of Sting. Like, that was a perfect person to call out. Now, my question to you, do you think WWE is going to have something, I won't say similar or on this level, but any type of tribute to Ted Turner? What do you think is the odds of that?
I think they'll have Michael Cole say something. Triple H is a wrestling fucking nerd and doesn't have a grudge like Vince has a grudge against Ted Turner. So I imagine we'll see something.
So yeah, this was, a lot of people agree that this was one of the nicer parts of the show. Dion is with you. He says, I love Sting, but come on with the TK glazing, man.
Crazy. Insane fucking person.
Going over here, brother. He's going over here. He's like, put me over, Stinger.
Ted Turner was great, but he's dead now. You know who's not dead? Tony Khan.
We got another all-in billionaire, baby. If they do something similar, we talked about it on In the Weeds. Who do you think they would use from WWE to outside of if it was something similar to this regard, of like a wrestler coming out to do a promo? I think the only person who makes sense is Cody.
Yes, Cody. Roman doesn't give a fuck. So Cody, Cody definitely would volunteer for the spot. If not, Punk's a wrestling nerd. He could do something. I'm trying to think of who else. I don't really have that many old guys like that. At least they give a fuck. Like Orton doesn't give a fuck. Yeah, Cody's the easy choice.
Yeah. Then we have our opening contest, an AEW Continental Title Eliminator matchup. Your favorite, Jon Moxley, as he's going one-on-one with the Bang Bang Gangs, Juice Robinson. They show clips from Collision where Robinson got the pinfall in a tag team matchup against the Death Riders. Renee Paquette is at ringside and brought up the history between Moxley and Robinson, saying that Moxley called this the longest bar fight of his career, while Robinson says that he's beaten Jon Moxley before and he'll beat Moxley again over and over again over the last couple of days. Excalibur reminds us that it's no outside interference, so no Death Riders, no Bang Bang Gang at ringside here. And if Robinson makes it to the 20-minute time limit, he'll get a shot at the Continental Championship. Early on, they exchanged forearms, which is probably the bane of Jimmy Macram's existence when it comes to a Jon Moxley matchup. Shoulder blocks, then neither giving any way to each other as they had a intense face-off. We get a flying clothesline from Robinson, who lit up Moxley with some corner chops and headbutts until Moxley got a boot up and tried a power driver, but had his legs swept out from under him, allowing Robinson to slingshot him to the floor and hit him with a cannonball from the apron. We get 10 punches in the corner from Robinson as he goes after the head of Moxley and gives it a big bite. He hits him and lights him up with a few jabs, goes for the left hand of God, but Moxley is able to escape, bringing the fight to the floor, where Robinson throws him over into the timekeeper's area and delivers a double axe handle as Moxley is sitting down in the chair. 10 punches back inside once again. Then he hits a crossbody, does Juice, as Moxley again took a powder. Moxley reversed a whip outside and sent Robinson flying into the apron and into the steps with a drop kick. Then we get Moxley gouged on the fingers or gnawed on them as Robinson was back inside, as Taz says it was fair game. We get them going at one another as Robinson tried to keep punching, but Moxley would go after the hand yet again. Robinson working off of one hand would try to make a comeback. He dished out chops and jabs with the right hand instead, but took too long with a corner cannonball as Moxley popped up and blocked a lariat and then hit a cutter. Moxley turned to dish out 10 corner punches of his own. He got to 9 before Robinson slipped out, hits a power bomb, and then the corner cannonball as we get the 10-minute call. We get a corner Hurricane Rana led to a massive lariat for a near fall. Robinson then backdropped out of a power driver into a cradle pin. Then he hits him with a full Nelson slam. Robinson spat in his injured hand. He went for the left hand of God, but Moxley bit his forehead, only to run right into the left hand of God, knocking Moxley to his knees. Robinson up top goes for the high crossbody and hits it. He gets another near fall. They trade headbutts and forearms, knee strikes until Robinson sidesteps a corner charge. He gets a roll up for 2. Juice is loose, is blocked into a rear naked choke. He transitions that Moxley into a power driver. Moxley then grips on the bulldog choke. Robinson tries to fight violently, but he eventually passes out as Moxley gets the referee stoppage victory here. This wasn't as good as their previous matches against one another, but thought it was fine. Fine for what it was. Juice looked good here, and Moxley, he was fine. What did you think?
A fucking bore. An ass. Terrible performance by Moxley. A fine performance from Juice. About what you can get from fucking Juice. I watched the opening of this match. Where they do stupid shoulder blocks and then chops and then fucking go face to face. I recently saw that exchange with, who was it? It was Ming and Scott Norton. And it was the greatest thing I've ever seen in my fucking life. And because they're two gigantic people. And with Juice Robinson and Jon Moxley, it does not quite have the same effect. Moxley's got terrible habits. And we need to have a discussion about Moxley. We've already established he's a terrorist. Let's go through the list of what we've established. We've established he's not top 25 in AEW. And we've established that he's a terrorist. I'm 2-0 right now. I wanted to pitch a third situation out to you all. Is he not overpushed? Not overrated, rather. Not overpushed. Not overpushed. Hogan, Hunter, Jeff Jarrett, probably the top of the list, are the most overpushed wrestlers ever. Is Moxley the most overrated wrestler ever?
Most overrated wrestler
Overrated.
ever?
Not overpushed. Overrated would be my question. We got to have this discussion.
Overused feels more accurate to me.
Overused, we can go with that too. So what? That's like saying is that kid black? And you go, no, he's short. What the fuck does that have to do with the fuck I'm talking about? Is he black or not? He's definitely overused. The question was, is he the most overrated wrestler ever? I think so. We know, Annika, you think he's Steve Austin. You're disqualified for this conversation.
He said you're disqualified from this conversation. That's wild. That's wild. I don't think he's the most overrated.
I think compared to where people think he is, I mean, everybody except me, and apparently a lot of the chat, you guys are coming around slowly but fucking surely. I think a lot of people think he's some great wrestler. I don't even think he's very good.
That's outrageous. This is
outrageous. How can you watch that match and tell me he's very good? Well, fucking Shawn Michaels
he's very good when he's not this overused.
Would Hangman have fucking Shawn Michaels or Kurt Angle? Would Hangman have this fucking match with Juice? Are you fucking serious? You get a 2-star match on a fucking Dynamite with Juice? Are you serious? 10 minutes for this nonsense? Come on, man. Fuck out of here. Sorry.
Oh, well, Big Man Dogs agrees with you. He says he might be because even E-drones like him.
Jarring. It's jarring to me. I don't understand.
I like his pay-per-view matches. I do agree with that. He had a good stretch of TV matches. The Mark Davis and Hechicero matches I enjoyed. But yeah, it's been a law of diminishing returns when he's in there with like Ace Austin or Juice Robinson. Yeah.
I saw somebody saying they should bring in the Motor City Machine Guns. We already got them like 6, 7, 8 times over. Ace Austin and company. What are we doing? Bunch of fucking Motor City clones anyway. Good Lord.
Well, if you didn't get enough Jon Moxley, we got some more. Commentary brings up how the Death Riders are working with Will Ospreay and sends us to a training session that they had early on in the day. Daniel Garcia says that they don't care about Ospreay winning titles in Japan with his petty little friends, and he's going to have to work for it if he truly wants it. Wheeler Yuta is seated on Ospreay's back, and he's doing push-ups, making Ospreay do neck bridges to lift him up at the same time. Moxley, who is also training, sits down next to Ospreay and asks if Will ever heard of the concept of deaf ground, standing on ground from which you can't leave. There's no escape, no other options. It's do or die. That's where Ospreay is at right now. If they don't get his neck and head right, it's over. He's done. Ospreay could have a career in AEW, get paid and hang out like the rest of these posers, but Ospreay is different. It's a privilege to be where Ospreay is at, to come all the way this far up the mountain to get to the hardest 1%. Ospreay is on deaf ground. It's got to be hard. It's the only option. Nothing else exists except what's in front of you. Right now, Moxley orders Ospreay to get on his back as Marina Shafir puts a towel around his neck, but Pac tells the camera that's enough, as Excalibur says, from trying to end Ospreay's career to making him the greatest weapon wrestling has ever seen.
What I tell you? What I fucking say? That's what it is. Now we're gonna sit through it. Good. It's what you all deserve. This is your punishment. This is your karma. It's like when the devil comes to earth in all those movies, and then the people don't renounce him, and he ends up doing something fucking awful. Just like that. You had the chance to renounce Jon Moxley. You didn't, and now they've sacrificed your firstborn and Will Ospreay, your favorite. Good. Good. Fucking good. I'm so happy. Absolutely. Anybody else would be like, oh, this kind of sucks, but it's Will Ospreay. It's this fucking patron saint of the IWC. Good. I hope we
I like the premise. It's just the wrong person to do this with. And we need Ospreay to have some type of agency. Any agency at all in this story. Because him just getting all these moxalogues, yes, it's now a term. I'm not saying monologues, it's moxalogues, where he's teaching them different lessons. It does not compute and doesn't make a lot of sense when you understand and remember that these are the same people that tried to murder him. So like it just feels like you are just elongating his road to the AEW World Championship by him losing just once, getting his ass kicked because he wasn't focused on the right goals that he needed to be focused on to get to his eventual major goal that he needs to work with them. Either he needed to fail more than once or something else needed to happen. It can't just be, oh, he lost, then he got kidnapped, and they talked to him about him becoming the greatest weapon, and he just decided to go with his captors. Or you have to have him acknowledge that he has Stockholm syndrome or something. Something has to be done to smooth this out just a bit for me.
It can't be smoothed out. It's in the subtext. You gotta pay attention. It's in the subtext. You can't have everything spelled out for you. What is this, fucking Netflix? No, you gotta watch what's going on. And what's going on is Will Ospreay is a fucking loser. Fair enough. Fair enough. Good Lord. Holy shit.
And I said Ospreay literally fell for a red pill scam. He stuck with Moxley Tate in the war room summer camp.
Getting all these fucking speeches about how we've escaped the Matrix. Shut the fuck up. Good Lord. I can't even imagine what this would be like.
And like I was saying, okay, even I think Ospreay working with Daniel Garcia is a bit much. If we're gonna do this, just give me Ospreay and Pac, LOL. Greater than Harl saying, yes, Daniel Garcia and Wheeler Yuta putting all of old William in his place. Yeah, I mean, you gotta question it because like he just lost to Moxley once. And then he's just completely forgotten all the anger and everything that he had towards him. Like that loss was that much of a downgrade that now he's gonna be his young boy and learn from him like this. Like this is too extreme of a left to go. It was intriguing at first, like the first two segments that they did, but to go from that to he's lower than Willie Yuta on the totem pole, it's a little much. A little much.
Okay.
King Pate saying, I'm afraid I enjoyed this pre-recorded segment.
I
can enjoy it in a vacuum, but I just have questions.
Like why? That shouldn't be a question you have. Why should never be a fucking question you have? Why?
Yep. King Pate saying Moxley is acting like a 80s movie villain. This shit is funny as fuck to me, ironically. If this was with the intent of Moxley is still the heel that Ospreay is learning from to eventually take down, then that's great. I think that's a great story to tell. But it's kind of obvious at this point that they want us to view Moxley as either a tweener or a babyface. He's not a heel. I know he's a heel to you because you hate him, but I'm saying in this context of this story, he's supposed to be either a tweener or a babyface.
This would be better if this was Kevin Knight or somebody. Why are we acting like Will Ospreay, some Johnny come fucking lately who's never done anything in his fucking career and has to take advice from a babyface, a heel? Who gives a fuck? Why is Will Ospreay taking advice from somebody better than? This makes no sense.
That part's right. That part's true. That's true. We got Myron Kidd who says this is a stupid side quest. We got King Potate who says this training shit should have been done on Garcia / Yuta. Ospreay has no business being some underling of inferior Moxley.
What is this? Steve Austin got to learn from fucking Val Venus. Get the fuck out of here. What?
Why are you comparing Moxley to Val Venus? Now you're going too far, sir.
Got this under control.
He's a 4-time AEW World Champion. For God's sake.
People whose time has passed is the point. Time is up, good buddy. And Val had more stroke. He'd still be winning fucking horse shit.
We got a super chat donation from Dion. Thank you so much, Dion, for the support. We will open our ears. So
listen up, you prick.
Dion says they couldn't do this with Bryan Danielson. Yeah, if this was Ospreay learning from Bryan Danielson, I think this would be 100% more acceptable.
Yeah, a little bit. Even though Ospreay's beating him too. I'm entirely sure what he needs to learn from anybody for.
Well, he's never beaten Moxley though.
He's never beaten John Moxley.
Never
He beat his
beaten John
ass
Moxley.
until his anger got the best of him. How about you take an anger management class? This is so fucking stupid. I usually like stupid wrestling. Not like this.
Big Man Noise says, imagine how godly it would be if Mox Hogan put the belt around Ospreay's waist at All In.
I've called this, haven't I?
You did. You did say this from the very beginning of when they kidnapped him. As soon as they kidnapped him, you like, this is the direction they're going here.
What are we going to learn? When are we going to treat John Moxley like the terrorist that he is? Why when I say he's next to Hogan and them, you all go, oh, no, not our beloved John Moxley. Why? Because he can fucking have a good match with fucking Takeshita? You fucking serious? That's it? That's all it takes? That's all it takes. He can be a terrorist otherwise. Good Lord. All right.
It's supposed to be some like anime story or Cobra Kai or Karate Kid, but I can understand why people have problems. I don't have as much problems as maybe like Jimmy has with it. It just, yeah, the one thing that we do agree with, doesn't need to be Will Ospreay doing this.
Yes. My only question to you all would be this. And to be fair, not many people defending this, except SP3, who loves John Moxley for some reason.
I don't love John Moxley. I like him more than you, that's for sure.
I'm sure everybody does. What was I say? What would be better, this storyline or anything else? Will Ospreay just winning random matches up until All In or this? Come on, man. It is what it is.
Fair. Fair. Next up, we got Double Jeopardy. Dax Harwood, one half of the AEW World Tag Team Champions. He is out with Cash Wheeler and Stokely Hathaway, dressed as Orange Cassidy, but they're also joined by Tommaso Ciampa, the Dogs, as well as RPG Vice, as they're going up against Orange Cassidy, who is with the conglomerations Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong, but they are also joined by Adam Copeland, Christian Cage, and the Young Bucks. So it's basically like a lumberjack matchup at this point. Quick shoulder tackles and pin attempts by Harwood as Cassidy gets in a few kicks into a side headlock before rubbing the bald head of Dax. Cassidy blocked multiple corner chops and blasted Harwood with an orange punch, but Dax is able to get to scurry outside. Cassidy found himself surrounded by the heels, so the babyface side came to aid him, as this delayed allowed Harwood to dodge another orange punch, and then Cassidy punched the post. Stokely and Ciampa took turns slamming his hand against the ring post some more as Harwood ran distraction. Harwood tries for a power driver, but Cassidy spun out. He floats over into the corner, went to the top rope, bit Harwood before getting a diving DDT for a near fall. The camera pans over to Christian, who doesn't seem pleased to be out here. He's kind of like Jimmy watching this episode. Harwood didn't block. Cassidy looked for another orange punch, but Harwood didn't block him initially. So Cassidy just awkwardly stopped and they did the same spot. And then Harwood did his bounce back, sit out power bomb. Cassidy popped off and stun dog millionaire that counter, and then an orange punch to follow, but Harwood was able to kick out. Harwood recovered and slapped on a cross arm breaker. Cassidy fought out of it, got a pin attempt, but was able to cross the legs, get the pin, and gets the 1-2-3 to win this Double Jeopardy matchup, meaning that Orange Cassidy and a member of the conglomeration will get a shot at the AEW World Tag Team Championships. Post-match, we get all the heels come into the ring and jump Cassidy, which leads to the baby faces brawling with them in the ring. Everybody's brawling until Rocky Romero and Trent Beretta are left inside of the ring alone. They take multiple super kicks as well as a spear from Christian and a low blow from Christian after Rocky Romero tries to act like he's friends with the baby faces as they take out RPG Vice and stand tall here. Later on in the show, it's announced that Orange Cassidy will team with Adam Copeland, Christian Cage, and the Young Bucks in a 10-man tag team matchup against FTR, Tommaso Ciampa, and the Dogs next week on Dynamite. This was not as good as I thought it would be. I thought like it was off. They seemed like they weren't on the same page the whole time. It was just kind of there instead of I thought this would at least be a good matchup, but it was just they weren't on the same page here, and then it just felt like way too many people. It felt very overbooked with the amount of people that they had out there. What did you think?
Yeah, this was fucking reverse engineered, so we can have the fucking match for next week. The match is fine. It was all right. That's better than the first match. That counts for anything. If you see one Orange Cassidy match on free TV, you've seen them all. Yeah. I have to take Dax down, Peg. I ain't gonna hold you.
Oh wow!
Just seeing
really?
just seeing him in the ring on Orange Cassidy made me sick, and I think that's enough to get him demoted.
Is he below Moxley now?
No, well, it's not. Whoa. John Moxley is my least favorite wrestler on the planet. Relatively.
Even less than Matt Jackson?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's all we got from Matt Jackson. Is it? I'm good with that. Just thinking Moxley won't let me fucking rest.
Less than Jack Perry.
In a vacuum, yes. Jack Perry just brings up bad memories. Punk's Collision. But Matt Jackson is at least related to Nick Jackson. Very true.
Good point.
Very true. So in plus column.
Good point.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of maybe Jeff Jarrett for like 5 years. That's John Moxley level he's at right now.
Wow. Chuckles saying Mox Hogan steps into the ring after Brett Ospreay loses to MJF Zena. I hate it all.
I kind of want to see that now.
He's like, Ospreay's like, go. I can't do it, John.
Oh, good Lord.
King Davion was like, I was wondering why damn near the whole roster was out there. Just didn't make any sense. Like, why are the dogs out here? Like RPG Vice, that makes sense because they've been working with FTR. But why the dogs? I know the dogs were feuding with the Young Bucks, but the Young Bucks weren't out here first. It only makes sense for the dogs to be out here if they knew the Young Bucks were going to be in the corner, but no one knew that going in.
Heinous.
I know they feuded with the conglomeration, but you could have done like a backstage segment to set that up where they go like, hey, you guys want to help us out? We're about to face the conglomeration. At least set it up where this doesn't come off as random.
That require a little more pre-planned than we'd like.
Yeah. Big Man Dog saying maybe I just liked it because the first one wasn't good.
It is better. It was better. I'll give it that.
Maybe I just like the first matchup better than this one. I don't know. But then we get a video package for Rush as the commentary say that he is the single most violent man in all elite wrestling.
What?
Are they gonna give Rush a title shot here? I know we said this last week, but
yes, yes. That this was so over the top. We're talking about fucking Rush. I'm singing most violent man in AEW. He's definitely on a collision course with a championship here in AEW. It's just a matter of time. We got it. Great. Just put him in there with Darby. Let's get this shit over with. Please and thank you. Speed this shit up.
I think they're gonna like yo if they can find a way to do 10 title matches with Darby before Double or Nothing, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry laughing because that is shit.
When is Double or Nothing?
Huh?
When is Double or Nothing? May what?
May 24th. So they got like I think 2 weeks after this week.
Yeah. Next week is Okada?
Yeah. Which would be his 5th.
I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah. We get Jericho in backstage with Renee Paquette after being attacked by the Demand last week. He talks about that he's pretty freaking furious, and the time for talking is done. The time for words is over. It's time to fight. So unlike the demand, he wants to take it to the people. He walks through the crowd to the ring, saying that he'll keep it simple because it's Charleston, it's Dynamite, and he's Jericho. He's done with the beatdowns, the 3-on-1 attacks, the bullshit. So he demands Ricochet come out to talk face to face. I thought you said the time for talking is over. Ricochet walks out solo for about 5 seconds before Bishop Khan and Toa Liona, the Gates of Agony, join him in the ring. Ricochet says that he tried to do Jericho a favor by telling him to leave, but he didn't listen. He bets Jericho thinks it's funny to trademark the things he does and question if Jericho has a humiliation kink. Ricochet runs down the crowd and calls it North Carolina, and Jericho hilariously looks at the camera saying that it's South Carolina. Khan whispers something to Ricochet as he said it's a good idea. He brings up 6 years ago Jericho invented a match and says that he'll beat Jericho in his own creation. The crowd is all over Ricochet as he says that he won't just beat Jericho with the Rico Salt this time. He wants to beat him in a Stadium Stampede match at Double or Nothing. But the only problem is the last time they fought, Jericho had to pay people to team with him, questioning if Jericho would find 4 other partners to face him. Jericho calls Ricochet a dumb son of a bitch and says that it's South Carolina. And Ricochet said same thing and says that he'll find 4 other partners as he's sure someone likes him. If Jericho can't find partners, he'll take on all of them by himself then. He starts fighting back after calling Ricochet bald. He punches him in the face. He clears the Gates of Agony from the ring, wiping out Ricochet with the Judas effect. Then he goes for the Lion Salt, but Toa Liona cuts it off, pops him with the right hand. While it's 3-on-1 assault, then the Hurt Syndicate's music hits, and out comes Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin. They sprint out before the Demand hightails it, so it seems like Jericho has at least 2 or 3 partners for the Stadium Stampede. I thought they learned their lesson about Jericho and Ricochet in front of the fans. Ironically enough, though, for all that I said bad about this crowd, they actually reacted to this more than a lot of other segments on this show. But I don't think that this is the right use of the Stadium Stampede matchup. But I guess we're going back to more of the comedy version of the Stadium Stampede instead of like the violent spectacle the Anarchy in the Arena Stadium Stampede matches have been as of late. So okay, I guess. What did you think about this segment?
I thought it was terrible. I am shocked every time I hear Ricochet speak. I don't want to be too harsh on him. Yeah, I do. He's unbearable. He's heinous. He's an objectively bad promo. And Jericho these days is not much better. I'm shocked by all of this. Was this the worst part of the night so far?
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that take. I don't understand any of this. I don't understand. Well, I know he loves Jericho, and the more he pushes Ricochet, the more he gets to say, "I'm doing what WWE didn't," but they didn't for a reason. Apparently, the man cannot talk. We need to let this go, please and thank you. Just let him do his flips. That's all. Let him do stupid flips. We will move on with life. Stop trying to get this thing over. He's not entertaining. Unless he's behind a fucking computer screen. And then he's bearable, at least. Jesus.
He think he's bearable? Wow.
Yeah. I mean, he's going to say some stuff that's, all right, it's not going to be funny, but it'd be clever. It's occasionally clever. I'm shocked by this.
Yeah, I didn't like this segment. I think it was the worst part of the night. Definitely like the Moxley and Juice Robinson matchup better than this. But I was surprised that the crowd actually responded to this more than the previous segments. That's what it's.
Well, they get to chant ball at Ricochet, and they get to boo Ricochet and feel like they're interrupting his promo, even though it'd be a good thing. I'm so bothered. I'm so bothered by this whole fucking episode. This is when I realized this is gonna be an all-time battle. Like, this makes no sense. I thought we'd already decided this wasn't a good idea, and here we are again. Big long ass in-ring segment with fucking Ricochet and Jericho. The fuck? Whatever.
He is like, this is like, it's been so minimal over the last couple of weeks, and thus it leads to better shows. And that he gives them 10 minutes after he just said the time for talking is over and does a 10-minute talking segment.
Crazy. Poor Hurt Syndicate. Good Lord.
Yeah, I was like, this is the only way y'all can get booked. Y'all been feuding with the Demand for years. Y'all in a Jericho feud. Y'all been feuding with y'all are basically in the Jericho feud without even Jericho, but now Jericho's involved in your same feud with the Demand that started at Forbidden Door 2025 in August of last year.
How long do you think the contract is?
What? For Hurt Syndicate? It has to be at least 3 years. So next year they're free agents.
Yeah, they're gone. Well, last year's gone.
WWE ain't signing them. I don't think WWE is.
They're not signing MVP, certainly. He's a bridge burning SOB. I'm here for it. But you gotta make sure you don't need to cross the bridge again. Put this.
Oh man.
Yeah.
All pro.
TNA?
Maybe. Bobby Lashley probably got his best booking in TNA.
Yeah. He was a big star there. He could still move, still athletic. Now, so some of those things aren't the case anymore. We'll freely admit. But still better than anybody in TNA.
This is true. This is true. This is why I said with Aleister Black. I was gonna bring that up earlier, but we got into the whole WWE conversation. But yeah, this was a part of the news yesterday. Aleister Black, it was SE Scoops was the first one to report that Aleister Black in All Elite Wrestling were in active talks, active negotiations for him to return to the company. And then immediately, like I think we recorded Goat Match Series, maybe like an hour after we were done, it came out. And like I told you that at the start of our filming, and then at the end of our filming, I think that's by the time that it came out, that Fightful reported that AEW is vehemently denying that they are in any type of negotiations with Aleister Black. What did you think about it? Because what was the last time that AEW denied that hard? Like it was you could tell, like I remember when I first told you about it, I was like, it's SC Scoops. When was the last time SC Scoops actually had a scoop?
Yeah. Speaking of burned bridges, Malachi burned that one. His last year, 2 years in the company. So I can't blame him for being miffed about it. Even though I do think he's a talented man. He should go somewhere else. He should go to TNA. He's a man with lots of ideas. He's got a high opinion of himself. So there's that. But he's got lots of ideas. He's got a creative head, and he can still move in the ring. And he's as far as the TNAs of the world goes, he's a star.
Yes.
Seems like an easy fix.
Yeah, he would immediately go to TNA, and he would be like a top 3, top 5 guy in the company.
Yeah. And you can do all your weird. They got time, 2 hours every fucking Thursday. You do all your weird backstory you like to do about people in the dark or fighting your fears or other fuck he talks about. Another Bray Wyatt motherfucker. What the fuck are you babbling about? That could be fun. I'm curious.
So I'll give you one guess who came up with this whole rumor that SC Scoops reported on. Give you one guess. We talked about this person last week.
Is it a wrestler?
Yeah.
His wife?
Yes. The fucking Cardi. I said it last week.
Oh,
Cardi. She is. She has burned bridges with pretty much every wrestling outlet out there. She went to the one that she didn't burn a bridge with that hasn't had a scoop in like years, even though their name is SE Scoops. They do a good job with their the aggregation of reports and stuff, and they have some good people over there, but they have not come out with like a lot of wrestling reports as of late that have been like verifiable. And she went to them, told them something, talked to them, and just it felt like to me it was her trying to drum up some type of talk about Aleister Black and Zelina Vega.
Listen, if that's the case, and we don't know it to be the case, if that's the case, maybe they would negotiate with TNA. And she was like, you know what, let's get this number up. Actually, there's some shit going on with AEW, so just add another 0, motherfucker. I don't hate Zelina as much as you do. And you can say you don't, but you do. It's fine.
I never said I didn't.
But she does seem kind of atrocious. No offense, man.
I'm not gonna act like I like Zelina Vega or I don't dislike her. I don't know what to tell you. Don't. Hey, I will immediately when you say that I hate someone and I don't hate them, I will immediately say no, I don't hate them, but I'm not gonna say that about her.
Fair enough. I'll assume she's earned it.
Yeah, I told you last week. She's been rude to my missus. I'm sorry. I don't have any love for you. So
the missus is a woman, and Zelina's a woman. So what? I'm not gonna get myself in trouble with sexist remarks. I was gonna say it's what they do. You have a way at each other. I'm joking.
No wonder you're single. I do appreciate how quickly AEW said, nah. We
let him get that off.
It's like no. Fix that. No. Yes, good old pro union Zelina Vega.
Is she wrong for wanting a union? Is she wrong?
She didn't.
She's in theory. A union would be great.
It's a nice idea. I got a great idea. How about it?
That's a shame. Hell, she's got to be what, 35?
Maybe 36, 37?
She's 35.
Okay.
She still got a career ahead of her. Doing what? I don't know. But she's yeah, I got nothing. I've never been a big fan.
I got nothing for you.
Yeah, she seems kind of unpleasant. And like, I don't think anybody should be unpleasant. However, if you're talented, people will let it slide a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
You can punch fans in the street if you're fucking talented enough.
Yeah.
Go. I'm sorry.
This guy. All right. Oh, Renee Paquette is backstage and she's talking to Mina Shirakawa and Harley Cameron ahead of their tag team matchup later on in the show. Cameron doesn't know how to feel about their matchup tonight as they're facing one of her friends, Kris Statlander. Shirakawa says to Cameron they have a match to win tonight and brings up that Cameron was one half of the first ever tag team champions. And stop looking out there and look in here, pointing at her heart, and then she rips Cameron's shirt open, exposing her brassiere. It caused Cameron to hulk up as she ripped it clean off. Cameron then found her intensity, and Paquette suggests that she goes and finds his shirt or her gear before her matchup. I enjoyed this. This showed more personality than a lot of
No,
other
very good.
female interviews do.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
Any thoughts?
Disgusting. I should marry you. Fucking disgusting.
I'm talking about their personality being shown.
You can call whatever you want.
Stop.
Knock it off.
Stop. Knock it off. You knock it off.
She's in her fucking bra, fucking standing there like a dope. What do you mean her personality? What was I gonna say? I want to be fair. Fuck it. I'm like a husband anyway. I would appreciate this greatly if Renee wouldn't be winking at the camera the whole time things like this happen. Like I know this is all ridiculous. Look at me giggle here in the background. Treat this seriously. That's the only way Harley works. Is if everybody around her treats it like this is the most serious shit that ever happened. Which ironically,
like
Mercedes used to do. Like she's not winking, she's not giggling. This is heinous, whatever this lady's doing. Fucking great. But this was fun. This was fun. Nothing better than a women's division built around Mina Shirakawa. That's what I always say.
Why do you hate Mina so much? Jesus.
She's not good. How's that?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Kazuchika Okada is up next defending the AEW International Championship against Brian Keefe. I think this is the first time Brian Keefe's been on television since 2025 or maybe January. Maybe he was on TV in January. I'm not sure. I don't remember. Excalibur brings up Keefe being the Defy champion and racking up wins recently on Ring of Honor. Don Callis, was guarded by Lance Archer, joins the commentary team as Taz puts him over, while Shivani informs Callis they all hate him. Both men exchange strikes in the early going, as it's Keefe who won the exchange with a series of boots for a 2 count. We get loud chops and a thrust kick from Keefe, but Okada blocked an exploder and dodged a corner charge, drop kicks Keefe out of the corner to the floor. Okada then spiked Keefe with a DDT outside, threw him over to Callis before running distraction as Callis put the boots to him. Back inside, Okada dared Keefe to start a strike exchange before planting him with another DDT and a leaping corner elbow drop. We get Okada wanted another top rope elbow drop, but Keefe dodged and Okada rolled through as Keefe grabbed the arm for a brutal knee to the face. Keefe didn't back down, cracking Okada with a flying forearm and a leaping DDT for 2. Okada rolled outside, tried another DDT, but Keefe was ready and spun out and hits one of his own, stunning Okada in the process. He then fought off an exploder, did Okada, this time hitting the air raid crash onto his knee, and then the top rope elbow drop is hit before he does the Rainmaker flip off foes. Keefe avoided a Rainmaker and hits, but not the picture-perfect drop kick. Then a Rainmaker attempt again, but Keefe hits him with an uppercut headbutt and a huge Tiger Driver for a near fall. Keefe signals for the end and hits a high boot. He wants Diamond Dust, only for Okada to counter it into a landslide slam down on the top, high on Keefe's shoulders. He picks him up, hits him with the Rainmaker, and then gets the 1-2-3 to pick up the victory here. Strong effort by Brian Keefe, but no one cared. No one cared whatsoever. This crowd was deathly quiet. Okada put in probably a 3 or a 4 out of 10 on the Okada give a fuck scale, and he kicks up the win to retain the international championship in a near 10-minute matchup. Post-match, Callis said that Okada had something important to say, and Okada gets on the mic and he says he already has the international title and proved that he is a fighting champion, unlike Takeshita, but he wants more. So he's coming for the AEW World Title, bitch. Would have been nice if he was going for the world title for him to beat Brian Keefe, who hasn't been on TV in months, in like 5 minutes instead of 10. That would have been perfect. What did you think?
Yeah, this was ass. I can't say ass because the first match was ass. So we'll say this was not very good. Brian Keith did a decent job, but Okada's not here. There's nobody home. I don't. He didn't even kind of give a fuck. He can't pick Brian Keith out of a fucking lineup. And that's no disrespect to Brian Keith. Okada didn't shit on you because you're Brian Keith. I mean, that didn't help. This is free TV. He wouldn't care if you were fucking Bryan Danielson. You're not getting something out of him on free TV. That's not how that works. I'm not getting a part of the gate. I don't give a fuck. So you got what happened to be, I don't know, probably the second best match of this card. Up until this point, I mean.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, yeah. It is what it is. We're not having the most inspired Dynamite up until this point. Is that a world title shot? We're going to have Darby beat fucking Okada before. Listen, to catch the cost them, it'd be the most they've done in this feud for months.
Yes. Yes, it would. And it would make sense because of the backstage segment we get later in the show too. So, but I'm not going to hold my breath. I'm not going to hold my breath whatsoever. We got Power Jerry Finisher says nothing like a women's division built not around the champions.
Shocking. They have the most talented woman in the company as one of their champions, and she's nowhere to be found. When she is to be found,
you have
a roll up.
You have one of the most talented women on the company as one champion, and you have the most entertaining character, probably not named MJF, in the company as the other champion. And yet they get like 1 minute of promo time on this entire 3-hour show.
Fucking disgusting. What are we doing?
Big Man Dog say Brian Keith went into this match with a 12-match losing streak.
And this
would make sense if the international title was the open challenge title, like the TNT title has been established, but it's not.
No, I'm not supposed to give a fuck if Takeshita wins his belt. What are we doing? Come on, man.
Big Man Dog says the international title might be the most irrelevant belt in AEW, even worse than the national title. Look at the jobbers that get title shots for this belt.
Shocking. Who did he face last week?
Ace Austin. Ace Austin might have earned some stripes for Tony Khan because he's been booking him consistently since that matchup. So
I love that. You know who he reminds me of? Every indie wrestler I've ever seen. Oh.
He did say this last week. No, why do Okada need to wrestle this much in this matchup? And why hasn't Takeshita wrestled one match in the build to Double or Nothing?
You would think the babyface would be more active. That's hilarious.
You know, he'd be earning he'd be picking up some momentum ahead of his title match. Nope. At least have him out there. You got three other freaking Don Callis family members out there. Why isn't Takeshita sitting at ringside to scout him? That's some type of build instead of the same backstage segment they always have.
What is going on with this show? What do you think?
I might be like the most upset that they have ruined this. And we said they ruined it. We said they ruined it coming out of World's End, but like it's even more frustrating months later when they're finally going to do the matchup, and then they just say, "Man, we're not going to build to it. We just made the match. We're not going to build to it."
It's fucking embarrassing. When did they have that triple threat with I think Dorado?
All Out 2025. That was in September last year.
That is fucking egregious.
And then they teamed with each other against Brodito in October at Wrestle Dream. It was still hot then. Then we all at that point was like, okay, they're waiting for the Continental Classic. Then they fucked that up by putting it in the semifinals instead of the final because no, we got to have Jon Moxley win the Continental Classic. And so in that matchup, you could tell they were just saving it because they were like, oh, this is not the real matchup. This is just an appetizer type of matchup. It's still a great match, but they were saving it for this matchup. And then after World's End, I think both guys were in Japan for Wrestle Kingdom, but they just didn't do anything. They didn't even address it. They didn't even have a segment with the Don Callis family on the Dynamite after World's End. Then they did a segment, but it's with Kyle Fletcher the next week after that. Then eventually they come back by the end of January and they do like one stare down where Okada is coming out while Takeshita's in the ring. And then they sat on it for another couple of weeks. Then eventually they get back together before Dynasty to do the Young Bucks match. And then that crowd reheated it. It felt like it got reheated at Dynasty just last month. And then they just have sat on this shit, sat on their hands again. This might be the most frustrating feud in AEW history, or frustrating story. I can't even call it a fucking feud.
I see what's frustrating for you. It's less frustrating for me because it died on the table. It's a Continental Classic for me. Once you define these guys down as not as good as Jon Moxley, and more importantly, not as important as the fucking Death Riders, which was, I thought was the whole point of them fucking being elevated, I'm just kind of over it. Because now it's not two giants battling each other, it's two losers. No offense. Not interested. Sorry.
Yeah, they both lost to Moxley at the last pay-per-view of 2025 and the first pay-per-view of 2026, along with Fletcher. He beat all three of them in 2 pay-per-views.
Just to let you all know what the pecking order is between Don Callis family and Death Riders.
This nigga has been the top guy for like 7 years. Like, when is it ever someone else's turn?
Who's that remind you of?
Triple H.
Lots of people. But yeah, in particular.
Yeah.
But not a terrorist. When are we going to come around to this fucking conclusion?
I've been thinking about that, and now seeing the state of this feud, I am getting a little bit more upset with Jon Moxley. I am getting a little bit more upset. It's very frustrating. Yeah, Erica saying this was a rivalry on a silver platter. Yeah, it just wrote itself, and he somehow blew it. And then we got King Potato says, is this story more frustrating than Daniel Garcia beating Danielson a few years back and then dropping the ball on that story? Hell yeah. Whoa. This is 2 more important people. That feud has 1 important person. This one has 2.
That's a good point. I never much cared for Daniel Garcia. I know what you guys saw in him. I know what's in his physique.
I think that feud was fine. You gave Dick Garcia a big win against Danielson, and then you didn't follow up. That's pretty simple. I can describe that as like multiple rivalries in AEW. This one was that was never the hottest story in AEW. This was the hottest story in AEW, and he has somehow ruined it.
It's kind of sad. Did you watch AAA, by the way?
Yes.
Is that any good?
It's good if you just watch the old Grande Americano story.
That's what I've been trying to say. I've been arguing because I don't watch. But I'm like, I keep hearing how great this is, but every time I hear something great, it's just fucking Ludwig being fantastic. Yeah,
it's just that. They have a couple of good matches. It's an hour-long show. It's a very, comical or like a very, very digestible show. I think that's the best way to say it. It's a 1 hour show. You'll get 2 to 3 matches on the show, but nothing feels as hot as the El Grande Americano story. So for you personally, I think that's the stuff you should probably watch. And you can watch that on their YouTube channel in the clip form instead of having to watch the whole hour.
Yeah. Every fucking time I see a clip, I'm like, this is the greatest babyface to ever exist. Holy shit. What's going on?
Dude learned Spanish. He got a girlfriend out there. They did a great contract signing where the angle that everybody started really talking about them was original El Grande had a matchup against Octagon Jr. and he unmasked him, and that's like a crime in Mexico, unmasking somebody during a matchup. So he got plenty of heat for that. And then Ludwig's girlfriend is the interviewer, and she was interviewing this blind comedian. And the blind comedian was like, "Oh, I like everybody in AAA except for the original El Grande Americano. He's just a short American." And he got pissed. He beat up the blind comedian and put him in an ankle lock. And then basically the interviewer tried to stop him, and he basically looks like he's about to attack her. And then that's when Ludwig comes out, and they have this.
I seen that.
Each other.
Oh, that shit was fucking fantastic. That suplex out of nowhere. Oh man, shit was fire.
Yeah, That was an amazing angle. It was one of the best angles of the year so far. And then they just keep brawling throughout the night, and that's when they make the challenge for the mass versus mass matchup. And then this week on Saturday, they had a contract signing for the matchup where original El Grande basically made his terms. He had terms for the match. If he really wants the matchup, he was like, we can't touch each other in Mexico. Well, we found out it's in Mexico because when you just watch the segment, it says they can't touch each other until May 30th. But then they switched it on Monday Night Raw of only in Mexico because Triple H doesn't know how to book as well as Mark Calloway. I don't understand that. But anyway, so yeah, it's just in Mexico. They can't touch each other until the Mass versus Match matchup. And then he added another stipulation after Ludwig had already signed. And he's like, also, your girlfriend's fired from Triple H.
What?
No, and Big Man, no, it's not really him. It's really Jeremy Borash. It's basically Triple H in the late 2010s when he was getting all the credit for NXT, but it was really Ryan Ward doing all the booking.
I don't give any old niggas any credit. It's fucking outrageous.
No, because I'm not with the GM getting all the credit for the store manager's work. I'm not that guy.
Listen said. Yeah, the reason I brought this up because I was gonna say at least Tony Khan is better than Triple H. Then I was like, is he better than The Undertaker? What's going on over there? I was curious.
I mean, if you want to give Undertaker all the credit, then yeah, he's picking a hot angle very well, and it's coming to the crescendo, at least a lot faster than Tony Khan was able to pull the trigger on Okada. And yeah, I would say watch the clips of their feud, and then watch the matchup on May 30th. Mass versus Mass should be great.
May 30th.
Yeah.
Damn.
Just don't watch them on Monday Night Raw because it's depressing.
Yeah, just what, nobody giving a fuck.
Yeah, no one gives a fuck in America because he wants to have this whole fucking Bret Hart in 1997 type of thing where, oh, in Mexico, the original Grande's the heel because he loves America. And the real El Grande is embraced by the Mexican people, so he's the babyface there. But in America, because he loves Mexico so much, he downs the American fans, so he's the heel here. And the original El Grande loves America, so he's the babyface. And then you watch the matchup, and it's complete fucking silence.
That'd be nice. That won't be nice. Triple H is kind of a dope. It's making me sad. It's making me fucking sad.
Yes. We got a video package for Andrade El Idolo. Shows him the new IWGP Global Heavyweight Champion, showing off his exploits back in AEW since his return in January. So are we going to get an Andrade title match before double or nothing as well?
Oh, I don't think that's going to happen. I got to be honest. I wouldn't mind seeing an Andrade short title reign.
Me either.
Like right after this one. And beat Darby on the Dynamite following Double or Nothing. Oh, no. Better yet, beat MJF.
Yes. You know what I was thinking, though? You know what they might do? If they do go in the direction of, like, Omega and Ospreay being the all-in main event and you need something for MJF, maybe that's what they're building to, because they've been kind of honey-dicking and doing the small teases of Andrade and MJF. Maybe by then you'll turn Andrade babyface and it's Andrade versus MJF at All-In.
Oh, can MJF make that feel like a gigantic fucking match? I mean, if anybody can. Be MJF.
I think if anybody can, yeah, it's him.
I'm not mad at that.
No, I think it could work. It would be funny if Tony further honey dicks Takeshita and has Andrade turn babyface on the Callis family before Takeshita.
Oh my god! But you really think it's gonna be Ospreay and Omega?
I just have a feeling. Yeah,
the whole feud should be Omega calling Ospreay a fucking idiot. What are you doing?
I agree.
What is all this?
I agree. He's like, we had one talk in the trainer's room. You were crying because he dropped you on your head, and you just turn around and join up with him.
Oh my God, what a great story that is. All of this is the Ospreay dealing with a concussion. That's why he's doing
He has amnesia.
He is a young boy. In his head, he's fucking 18.
He's like, I'm just learning how to wrestle, man. She's like, I told you, you're one of the best wrestlers in the world.
I'll get there, bro.
I'm gonna get there. I'll get there, bro. I'll make sure. He didn't know you had early onset on TV. He just hasn't been the same since he left that trainer's room after Dynasty. Oh, big money mocks logic. Absolutely. Absolutely. We go backstage ahead of tonight's main event to Jet Speed. Speedball Mike Bailey says that tonight Kevin Knight becomes Jet 2 belts and said that he'll be a champion we can be proud of and look up to. Knight thanks him and brings up Darby Allin, saying that he's going to fight until his body gives out, which is what is going to happen as tonight Knight becomes the new AEW World Champion.
Not terrible, shockingly.
Yeah.
Mostly painless.
They're both better when they keep it short, sweet. 30 seconds to 30 to 45 seconds.
Though you did catch Speedball saying Kevin Knight's a guy we look up to, right?
Yeah.
Kevin Knight's 27.
Remember, he looks up to Kenny Omega, so he also looks up to people younger than him.
50-year-old man looking up to his young partner. This is absurd. What are we even doing?
Big Man Doug says, I was thinking of Jimmy when he looked up to Diamond.
What are we doing? Jimmy, we can all look up to. This thing is perpetually 15 years old. Bro, you've made it. You can let it go.
No, it was not me who said this, King Potato. I would have got basically.
Oh shit!
I would have got buried so hard by Jimmy if I had said that shit. No, it was not me. It was not me who said he's AEW's next Daniel Bryan from WrestleMania 30 run. I don't think I've said that about anybody who's compared him to Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. SRS said that? Well,
oh, good Lord. Why is he doing this to me? SRS is not going to fucking heel turn me. I refuse to turn on SRS. But he's doing his best fucking effort. I'm not. Okay.
I can't say anything bad about Shawn, mostly because he was the one who reported that shit about Malachi was bullshit. He has to look up to most people. Guy is 5'6". No offense to my shirt kings out there. Appreciate that. The Opps with Samoa Joe are backstage, and Joe says he's worried. Last week, he put out an offer that he's afraid is not being heard. He tells Will Ospreay to hear those words in a non-intimidating manner. And men like John Moxley, he's telling him how to think. While Joe won't do that. He wants Ospreay to think how he wants. Joe sees the tide rising and that Ospreay is destined for greatness. Some say he'll be the next AEW World Champion. How much will be left for Ospreay to be such a champion? With men like Joe by his side, it could be a very long time. While Hook is gone this week filming a movie, Joe puts people in a better position to succeed. Joe will put Anthony Bowens in a better position to succeed. And Katsuyori Shibata is one of the best in the world right in here. And now with the Opps. The choice is up to William. And it's clear as day. Joe puts out his hand one last time. But no, if it's not accepted, Joe will put out his fist. So I guess we're leading to Samoa Joe versus Will Ospreay at Double or Nothing.
Yeah, sure. The Opps. Listen, man. I'm sorry. Is it even the Death Riders have like a visual about themselves where they've got their own themes and colors and shit. To see the Opps, there's 3 regular dudes standing there. Well, 2 regular dudes and Samoa Joe. It's sure you say that you like. They look like Joe and bums. That's all the Opps ever look like is Joe and bums. Except when Hobbs was there.
Yeah.
It's just this.
So if you had a choice between the Opps and the Death Riders, what would you choose?
Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh my God. Listen, the Death Riders.
I finally found a question that stumps Jimmy back around.
The Death Riders are an objectively more impressive group because they have Moxley and 2 other guys who are relatively important. I have to choose the Opps though, because they don't have Wheeler Yuta and they don't have Daniel Garcia. So mathematically speaking,
what has Hook? What has Daniel Garcia and Wheeler Yuta? He's like, those 2 is 2 versus 1. I'm fine with just keeping Hook in the background.
Yeah, hang out with Samoa Joe. Here for it. Damn, everybody's choosing the Opps.
Yeah, let us. We're gonna make that the poll question. We're gonna make it a poll question. Do you choose? All right, let me see here. The Opps. Death Riders. Let us know. You either put one or 2. Put 1 or 2 in the chat. You can put 1 or 2 in the chat. Let us know. Let us know what you choose. The Opps or the Death Riders.
No judgment. It's a judgment-free zone until we get the results in.
You can learn how to death jitsu with the Death Riders. Big Money Mox will always keep you on TV. You get a consistent spot on TV. Or do you hang out with the Opps? And you can hang out with Hook in a strip club. And Katsuyori Shibata in the dojo. Anthony Bowens goes to red carpets a lot. You can meet a lot of famous people. And Samoa Joe can apparently get you movie deals.
Yes. Huh? Hook? Of all fucking people. Right. Always wondered who was more charismatic, The Rock or Hook. Ric Flair or Hook. Good Lord.
I respect Joe and Shibata over everyone else. That's fair. That's fair. Mr. Town saying Mox will teach Jimmy how to fight.
I'm not a fight. That's not true.
Mox will show you how to throw forearms.
Good Lord. All you got to do is have no compunction about being a scumbag. Anybody can fight. Just cheat. Poor hoodies
just gouge eyes, hit him low.
Hey, we're in a fight, goddammit. She can go sideways. Bitches watching.
You can take Willie Yuta and Daniel Garcia to their first strip. No, Danny goes to strip clubs. Danny will go to a strip club. I definitely know him. He would go to strip club. Willie Yuta, probably his first. Okay, so Paul's looking like the Opps about to win.
That's crazy.
Where the Death Jitsu fans at? Where the Death Riders at? We don't got no Death Rider fans in our chat.
No.
This is disappointing.
This should not be. Hopefully TK's watching. This thing's over, everybody. Niggas are choosing the Opps. They choose Samoa Joe, this broken down old man, and fucking Anthony Bowen. Nigga, you fucking serious? Yeah. Over John Moxley.
Put 1 or 2 in the chat if you haven't already. Put 1 or 2 in the chat. We'll keep the poll open. You can only put the number. If you put words after the number, it doesn't count. So you got to just put the number. Just the number, not the word. Chuck Berry's, not the word, too. Unless you did it purposely to give the Deaf Riders some false hope, then that's funny. Then we get the women's division in action. Hikaru Shida and Kris Statlander teaming up once again as they're facing Harley Cameron and Mina Shirakawa. Statlander ragdolls Shirakawa early, mocking the shimmy as Shirakawa ramps up some uppercut exchanges and gets a leg sweep and a low drop kick to the back before shimmying herself. Shida made the blind tag, but as Cameron demanded a tag in, Shida bails and tags in Statlander. Showing off her power, Statlander hits a back suplex, but Harley was able to get a misdirection head scissors to stand tall. Corner splashes hits as Shirakawa tags back in, and she hits a Russian leg sweep in the tornillo for a nice combination there. We get Shida, who finally tags in, blasts Shirakawa with a running knee lift on the apron before mocking Cameron. Statlander suplex her own partner, didn't boot her like Shida did last week, into Shirakawa, and her feet basically hits Shirakawa right in the fucking head. Shirakawa, though, fights off the Falcon Arrow. She tags in Cameron while Shida tags in Statlander. Harley runs wild. She hits a Shining Wizard with Shirakawa flying in with the top rope dropkick and a head scissors for 2. The match breaks down as Shirakawa took too long going up to the top. Statlander meets her and hits a superplex. She holds on and hits a Fisherman Slam for a 2 count. We get Shida in as Shirakawa ducked, and Shida decked Statlander with a flying knee strike. Cameron tagged in and fired off some strikes into a swinging neck breaker into a jackknife pin for 2. Both start trading close pins. Backstabber from Cameron, who went for her finishing move, but Statlander caught her with a scissor kick. Shida quickly spiked Cameron with a Falcon Arrow as Statlander cleared out Mina for Shida to get the pin on Harley for the 1-2-3 as they pick up a victory and regain momentum after their loss against Divine Dominion last week. This was actually a pretty decent matchup compared to everything else we've seen. What did you think?
That'd be nice. This match was fine enough. This match was even solid considering some of the people involved. By some people involved, I mean one team in particular, filled with people who can't wrestle, but they have lots of live show charisma, I suppose, if we're going to continue to be creeps about this, like Uncle Dave. I don't know what I want from Shida and Statlander, but I am strangely curious as to where it goes. Curious. Not in love, but I am curious.
There you go. I love Chase's trying to argue for the Deaf Riders in the chat. He's like, you guys really want Hook to boss you around? Couldn't be me.
As opposed to what? As opposed to fucking Daniel Garcia standing in the foreground as I've got this fucking weirdo on my fucking neck giving me shitty speeches about nothing? What is going on? Come on, man. Absolutely not.
We got King Potato says it's time to reunite Mina with her lover, Blake Monroe.
We're done with that. We're getting called up. Finally escaping Shawn Michaels' horse shit. We're getting called up. What's the heck is Blake Monroe?
Yo, Shawn Michaels, every time he gets somebody from like who's a free agent woman, he just knows how to just kill any momentum that they had if they're not named Stephanie McCare.
Right? That's how much
Julia, Jordan Grace, Blake Monroe. That's a trifecta, in my opinion.
If you're not one of his kids, he doesn't fuck with you like that. Fair enough. But fuck you. Try to kill us, but it ain't gonna work. Ain't gonna work, good buddy. We've escaped.
Nah, it's not even most free agents. It's specifically the female free agents because he pushed the hell out of Ricky Saints. He got way more out of Ethan Page. He basically made Ethan Page into one of the hottest call-ups heading into the main roster, where he felt like he was ready for a call up a year ago, and now he's on the main roster and he's in the Intercontinental Championship scene. Oh, we got Chase who says, what does Jimmy think about Will Cruz? Not Rooks. Mason Rooks is his new name, but he's Will Cruz.
I have no clue who that is.
Okay. He's big, he's bad, he can he's big, he's bad, he'll body slam your dad. He's Will Cruz.
Oh, he's got a catchphrase already. Fantastic. I hate him. Sorry. You didn't do any favors with that fucking catchphrase. Good Lord.
He's big, he's bad, he'll body slam your dad. Will Cruz. Will Cruz. He's big, he's bad, he'll body slam your dad. Will Cruz. Will Cruz.
Huh. Is this somebody? Is this somebody we like ironically?
This was the UK. The UK fans started that chant.
The worst. And they ruined fucking that Gunther and Tyler Bate match that everybody loves. I've hated that fucking match because the crowd would not shut the fuck up with their horse shit. Like, yo, come on, man. Jesus.
We're gonna definitely have to. This is not the first time you brought that up. We definitely need to watch that for Goat Match series.
Dude, I'm just. What does that mean?
Oh yeah, I forgot to say that. Let us know in the live chat any suggestions for next matches for us to watch for Goat Match series. We had already brought up watching some of what Jimmy feels are the most overrated matches, like the Young Bucks versus Lucha Bros Steel Cage match from All Out 2021. He hates any Young Bucks match apparently. And what was the other one?
ass match?
Oh, Kenny Omega versus Gabe Kidd from Wrestle Dynasty last year.
4 stars. What was I gonna say?
Disgusting.
What do you mean Ricky Starks thinks he's the biggest star in the years? What did he say? What did he do? Did I miss something?
Ricky Starks will be in the mid-card title picture very soon.
I mean, yeah. Up there. King Potato. What's the issue? What did he do? What did he say? I'm so very curious. When
can we admit Ricky Saints thinks he's a bigger star than he really is? I don't know if he's saying.
What did he do? I'm curious.
Yeah, Ace is right. It says John Cena is a big fan of him now. Yeah, he is.
Will Cruz?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good Lord. All right. I'm not going to do this, Joe.
Yeah, we actually did, Mr. Towns. We got the new Goat Match series is dropping this weekend. So patreon.com/Trail Heat, $3 a month. Gets you exclusive content. Me and Jimmy watched Io Shirai versus Mayu Watani from Stardom Year-End Climax 2016. We had a good time. Jimmy wasn't as harsh on this matchup as he was Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks.
Love Bianca. I think she has a 5-star match somewhere. Love Banks. She's got a 5-star match for Bailey. This match was not even 4 stars. No disrespect to anybody.
Thankfully for me, we got over that hump.
I'm sorry. It's a very good match. It's not a WrestleMania main event. Unless we're like only counting Triple H main events, then I suppose it is. But otherwise, this is not qualify. No disrespect. I don't give extra points for like importance. The first time 2 black women, well, that's great, but that doesn't count towards the rating. Sorry to break the news to you.
Oh, King Potato says that segment he had with Cody was just really bland.
Oh, well, yeah, it's Cody in 1. And number 2, I don't think Ricky really fits on SmackDown in particular, but WWE in general. It's going to be hard for him to get his shit off.
Yeah. He stood out more on AEW. That's what I've learned since he signed with WWE.
Yes, because he's got a personality. And in AEW, that's a fucking rarity. WWE, that's all that's important.
That's everybody. Big Man Doug saying watch Julia versus Shuri during COVID. Laugh my ass off.
Uh-oh.
Maybe.
Uh-oh.
I don't know what the LMAO was for, but
I'm done.
You said COVID, so I don't know how that's gonna work. King Davion saying Jimmy will tell you how it is, regardless of if it makes you angry or not. Yes. He doesn't mean to insult you, though. He doesn't intend to insult you, even though he will.
The intent is not to insult. The intent is not to insult. Like John Moxley, for example. John Moxley is just looking out for himself. He's ruining the company as he does so, but the goal is to look out for himself. He's not intending to ruin the company. It's just a byproduct of him being ass.
Anywho, we go backstage to Swerve Strickland, who says that 2 months ago. Oh, what did I do? Did I put myself on here? I don't know why that happened. Swerve Strickland saying 2 months ago he said that he was going after power, which few knows what he truly means. It's deciding who eats and who starves, being the man to make sure everyone sees it, from the most dangerous, the most violent, to the most wanted. Strickland held up the wanted sign with Bandito's face on it and said that there's nothing more dangerous than a man that desires power, and he wants it all. Prince Nana smirks as they both walk away. This was Swerve cutting basically a John Moxley promo.
I told you a couple weeks ago when he first got that power promo that anytime Swerve has a theme, it's going to be ass. And he went back to the same fucking theme of power. It's a whole bunch of horse shit. Yeah, Moxley, I thought Triple H, just these meandering fucking promos. It's a fucking 30-second promo that's stretched out to 2 minutes. How fucking long this was. I can't get over how bad Swerve has been this year, talking wise. And the ring has been solid. Then again, you lost Kenny Omega. Talking wise, holy shit. Has he lost the plot of what the fucking character is supposed to be? This is jarring.
It's going to be a fire matchup, but yeah, I don't understand the connection. What does power have to do with Bandito?
He told you.
Are you going after the ROH World Championship? Because if you're not, then he has no power.
He told you. It's about who eats and who doesn't. It's about bounties or something. What the fuck is he battling about? Who approved this shit?
Oh, this is so true. Big Man Dogs. He says the most overrated AEW 5-star by Meltzer, according to Cage Match, is Bucks and Adam Cole versus Christian, Jungle Boy, and Luchasaurus. It 1000% is. It's not even like the third best match on Full Gear 2021. I was live at that show, and I was so confused when I saw the ratings for the show, and someone made it 5 stars. And then I think the end of last year, I rewatched Full Gear 2021. And remember, this is one of AEW's best cards ever. This is Hangman and Kenny Omega in the main event. That is a 5-star match, or arguably a 5-star matchup. CM Punk and Eddie Kingston, one of the best 11-minute matches in company history. MJF versus Darby Allin, one of the best pay-per-view openers in the company's history. Those are the 3 best matches on that card. And then he gave this 5 stars.
Well, did he explain to you why?
It was I didn't see the explanation, but I just saw the rating and I was like, this is a nice 4-star matchup.
It's the Bucks and Adam Cole. This is like his fucking dream of flippy kick out of finisher horse shit. I'm not entirely sure what you're all surprised by. This is like right up his fucking alley. There couldn't be anything more up his fucking alley. Holy shit. The world will be a better place when Dave Meltzer is irrelevant. But I don't think that time is ever going to come in wrestling history.
No. We go from the Swerve backstage promo to Renee Paquette is interviewing Bandito. Bandito says that Strickland is right. He is the most wanted. And if Strickland wants a fight, come get it. Brody King says that if Swerve wants to mess with his friends, there will be hell to pay. This was a little more nothing from the promo.
This is the slowest build up to a match I don't give a fuck about, maybe ever. Ooh,
This is very, like, we went 2 weeks without them even like addressing like hey, I challenge you for a double or nothing. At least that's accomplishing something. So where it doesn't have to be necessarily good, but at least it's effective to set up a matchup for the pay-per-view. We are now, what is it, 2 weeks? Yeah, I think it's like 2 weeks away from the pay-per-view. And there are, 3 announced matches for the card? One that you're not building to in Okada and Takeshita. FTR, Cope and Cage, you are just adding unnecessary people to it and other roadblocks, including a title match before that matchup. And the Stadium Stampede with Chris Jericho and Ricochet leading 2 teams. This is not as I was hyped up on the card because you were on a run of good shows, but having a bad 3-hour show does not make me enthused on this card because you haven't announced anything else besides those matches.
It'll be a good card because there'll be lots of flips and stuff, and you all will love it, and we'll forget how shit the build-up was.
No, I never forget how shit the build-up was. I still talk about that. Wrestle Dream 2024 was actually a good show, but it's one of the worst built AEW pay-per-views of all time.
If you say so. I couldn't.
That was Moxley and Bryan Danielson in the main event when Moxley beat Danielson for the zone.
Sold on a John Moxley build being terrible. Absolutely take your word for it.
We got a super chat donation from Will Chisholm. Thank you so much, Will, for the support here. What can we give you here? Let's give him we'll give you our favorite. Why not?
I'm serious. I'm not gonna sit back and take this fucking shit.
New Day face.
Will says Swerve lost hope after TK said no to a faction. LOL.
Oh, that happened?
Maybe. I don't know.
Good. Too many factions in this place to begin with. You said one needs Swerve to have a faction. Now these fucking promos has gotten. Lord.
That would make more sense with the power promos that you're getting a faction behind you.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. All I ask is that if you're going to be, we talked about this earlier with Zelina and CM Punk on the other spectrum, which is if you're going to be an ass, you've got to be really fucking good to get away with it. I would say you've got to be even better if you're a coon. And Swerve has not held up his end of the fucking bargain this year at all. You got to be top tier shit. You got to be better than CM Punk.
We go to the main event of the Dynamite portion of the show. Kevin the Jet Knight, our TNT champion, challenging the AEW World Champion, Darby Allin. Taz brings up how Kevin Knight was the one to knock Allin out of the Continental Classic, while Excalibur brings up how both men were trained by Buddy Wayne. After an early scramble, you get Darby, who offers a handshake to Knight, but Knight just swipes it away as the two start working a test of strength. Knight gets a takedown and offers a handshake himself, but Darby kicks it away. Things get a little chippy as they trade chops before Darby hits a coffin splash. Both duck the other charges until they turned each other inside out with a double clothesline. They slowly rise as Allin went to the corner, but Knight was right there for his leaping Hurricane Rana and dropkick that sent Darby outside. Back inside, Knight went up top with Darby, who fought free, causing Knight to do a backflip and roll out, and then he gets hit with an Allin missile dropkick from the top rope. We get a combo strike exchange from Allin, who then followed up with the snap code red for 2. As Knight rolled outside, only right in position for Darby to hit a low pay, smacking Knight's head into the announce table. Schiavone stole a line from Taz and called it Whiplash Jones. As Darby sat Knight down on a steel chair, he went up top for his drop kick to the floor, but you get Kevin Knight, who cuts him off and hits his Hurricane Rana no hands lift from the top rope to the floor. You hit a sick thud with Darby pouncing off the floor. You get Knight, who places Darby on the announce table. He slowly goes into the ring where he hits one of the craziest spots of the year and hits this amazing springboard diving clothesline from the ring to Darby on the announce table. This shit needs to be in the highlights for the beginning of Dynamite after this shit. This was amazing. He causes both men to tumble over the table as they are both down and struggling to get up. You get Knight, who finally gets up, but he's limping now due to that wrist as he throws Darby back inside. He lipped off the second rope right into an awaiting Allin, who goes for the Scorpion Deathlock. Knight used his size to get to the rope break. Allin tried a coffin drop, but Knight gets his knees up, but causes more damage to his knee, and it's the same knee that he got damaged during the matchup with MJF the week prior. Knight limps his way over to bring Allin into the corner, and he sets him up for the Tree of Woe. We get a callback to the Continental Classic spot that injured Darby as Knight hits his coast-to-coast dropkick in the corner, taking out Allin. He sets him up into the middle of the ring, and it puts him in position where he hits the UFO splash, but he is unable to get the cover in time as Darby kicks out at 2.9. Knight went up into the corner, but Allin crawled to the opposite side, suckering the Jet in as he kicked out the bad leg and then sunk in a guillotine choke. Knight nearly faded, but got to his feet. Darby pulled him up to the apron and then hits him throat first on the top rope. He then drapes him over the top, and he hits him with the coffin drop right on his back, bouncing him in position in the ring. And then he hits the proper coffin drop for the 1-2-3 to pick up the victory and retain the AEW World Championship. Excellent matchup. Love the story of the match being that Kevin Knight was basically pulling out Darby wrists, just putting his body on the line and doing these death-defying spots to take out Darby in a similar fashion of what Darby would, and Darby just keeps surviving and surviving, using more of his wrestling skill and his smarts, taking advantage of one mistake by Kevin Knight and taking advantage of the knee injury that was caused by the leaping clothesline to the announce table, and then taking advantage in the end with the coffin drop to pick up the victory. He retains the AEW World Championship. His mentor Sting comes out as we kick off the collision portion of the show, with Sting raising both men's hands as Darby and Jet shake hands to show respect to one another. Sting gave Darby the ring as he celebrates. As he's about to leave, the music of MJF hits, and out comes the former AEW World Champion. MJF doesn't know what's worse, that he has to be in the Carolinas or that Allen's reign is continuing. MJF says no one wants to continue to see this. Enough is enough, kid. It's been cute, but it's time to give him his rematch. Darby says that MJF will have to give something up. So MJF said, fine, he'll put up his beautiful scarf. And Darby says no. So MJF offers up his Dynamite diamond ring, and Darby says no. You get MJF says, all right, money is what makes the world go round, so how about I put up $1 million? And Darby says he used to be homeless under a bridge. His money is no good to him. So MJF says everyone has a price, and what does Allin want? Darby says what MJF holds the most dear, something that he flew to Turkey to get sewed onto his head. He wants MJF's hair. Darby calls MJF a vain piece of shit and demands him to put his hair on the line. MJF yelled at Darby to be reasonable, as Darby says next week there'll be a contract signing, title versus hair. And if MJF doesn't show up, he's never getting that title match. Darby asks what MJF has to say, but MJF just drops the mic and storms off. Then the music of the international champion, Kazuchika Okada, hits as he comes out to the ring, and he screams at Darby, next week, me versus you for the AEW World Title. Darby snatches the mic out of Okada's hands, and he says, it's on, bitch. So we know next week on Dynamite, it will be Darby Allin defending the AEW World Championship against Kazuchika Okada, and we will get the contract signing for the Double or Nothing main event, Darby Allin versus MJF, hair versus title, if MJF agrees to the stipulation. What did you think about the match between Darby and the Jet, and then everything that went down post-match?
Dynamite main event, really strong. Probably my least favorite of Darby's recent title defenses. But I still thought it was very good. Nice spot from the ring to the table. Fantastic. An all-timer. It should be on every highlight reel from here on out. I thought it played out as it should have. As for everything that happened afterwards, immediately MJF coming out reminded me what was wrong with fucking Dynamite. And Okada coming out afterwards reminded me everything's wrong with this company. Why is Okada wanting to shot the Nobody in AEW gives a fuck about the belt they have. And it's fucking hilarious. It's hilarious every time. Everybody knows that this company, these belts don't mean anything outside of that one. So I would like that one, please. Good Lord.
You're just saying every other title sucks except for this one.
Jesus. And hair versus title, again, a good idea if this is not the biggest thing in the company, but it is the biggest thing in the company. Therefore, not a good idea. I'm sorry. MJF is above hair versus whatever the fuck matches. What are we doing? And why are we doing it? You know what? This is kind of the problem. Is when you have time to speculate, you speculate big, grand gestures. They're putting his career on the line. Him no more title shots because it goes with the Hangman thing, and it all ties together thematically. How wonderful would that be? How about hair? How about his hair? Oh, all right. I mean, you can do that, I guess. Much better than a scarf.
I should have never suggested the title one because that was too good. It was too good. They was like, nope, we can't do something too good.
Fucking hair. When was it last used? For Wheeler Yuta?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Good Lord. TKO is going to reign fucking ever.
I had people who were saying that, when I was doing In the Weeds earlier, it was like, no, you can't do it because it's too similar to Cope and Cage or putting up them being a team. I was like, that's not the same thing. Cope can team with someone else and go after the AEW World Tag Team Championships. Christian can reunite with his son, Nick Wayne, and still go after the AEW World Tag Team Champion. It's something different from you can never be a team again to you can never challenge for the AEW World Championship again. And especially with MJF, where not only is the thematic thing with the Hangman, it's thematic with Cody. He's been involved in both of these. He's the whole reason Cody lost his opportunity to ever challenge for the AEW World Championship, and he's the guy that beat Hangman for it. So it would have worked on so many different levels if MJF then wins, and he's like, "Oh, these guys are losers. They couldn't win in the same thing that I won on." So it just makes so much sense that I was like, "Yeah, it was too good to be true, I guess."
Yeah, whatever. I'm trying to remember positive things from the last 2 weeks, so I don't throw this all out the window. Made some positive progression as far as the company goes. I'm not gonna throw it all out the window for one heinous, boring slog of a fucking show.
Yeah. King Pate saying Kevin Knight out Darby in this match. That top rope dive onto the announce table was absolutely insane. Like you said, I said it. This needs to be on the highlight reel. You put this at the beginning of Dynamite. That's the type of shit that would just be like, oh, this is AEW. All right, got you. Davion saying the main event was the best thing on this Pooh Buns show. Good way to put it.
Glad you agree.
Good way to put it. Yeah, this was definitely the best part. You said you didn't watch anything from the collision portion, right?
Clips.
Okay. So we can still review that, and then we'll give an overall score for the 3 hours. Then we go backstage to the person who is the subject of our poll. I'm about to end this poll, so put your last votes in for the Opps or the Death Riders. Who do you choose? We go backstage to Renee Paquette, and she is with Will Ospreay and Doc Samson, who says that even though Ospreay went to Japan not cleared, whatever training he's doing didn't cause any more harm. So whatever he's doing, he's on his way to being cleared in AEW. Ospreay told Paquette that he'll never be a Death Rider, but he knows he needs what's necessary in order to get to where he wants to be. If only he would keep the same energy when he has the Death Riders right in front of him.
Talking bold Renee, not with Moxley or Will Yuta or Daniel Garcia. What is going on? Boo. Boo.
So let's end this poll here. So with 64% of the vote, the Opps have won.
Stomped. Insanity.
64% to 36%. Look at that.
Imagine something. Could this angle be so bad that Ospreay is no longer the heir apparent?
No.
I didn't say it's right now. I'm saying, could it get to
could
that
it
point?
get?
We got
could
a few
it
months.
get
We've
bad?
got months.
No,
to go.
because I think that this is a polarizing angle. I can't say like just because you don't like it and a lot of people in the chat don't like it, it doesn't mean that it's universally unliked. A lot of people do seem to like this. Like you think I'm defending Moxley in this angle. I'm not even praising it. I said I'm literally addressing a lot of the issues in this angle where I'm viewing it more on the middle ground where you are anti it. And there are a lot of people that are pro for this who like this.
I don't think it's bad enough. That's a good point. I don't think it's bad enough to get those psychopaths off the bandwagon. So that's fair. Anybody who's defending this is a psychopath. I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's a fucking cult. And this proves it. If you're defending this angle, you're in a cult. I want you to know it. Maybe you're just lurking and not commenting in the chat. I want you to know you're in a cult and you should do your best to get the fuck out of it. This is heinous and it helps nobody except John Moxley. But people love it. What can I say? It haven't reached devil proportions where most people hated it.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah. Still not there. Speedball Mike Bailey versus AR Fox is here next. We get a lightning quick back and forth between the two men. Bailey ramped up his kicks that sent Fox to the floor. Fox dodged the triangle moonsault and swept out his legs, floated over from inside out. He rolled to the floor right into a springboard Cancun tornado. We get Fox who clutched his shoulder as back inside Bailey hits a missile drop kick. Fox dodged a charge and hung up Bailey in the ropes, hits it with the spike hanging DDT. Then we get Bailey fought back with a spin kick to the ribs, only took way too long to follow up and misses a shooting star press. Both men slug it out for a bit with forearms. They trained suplex attempts until Speedball gets a DDT from the corner. He held on and spins out into a corkscrew brainbuster, sending Bailey outside. Fox got ahead of steam, clearing the top rope with a somersault dive. Back inside, we get Fox hitting a near perfect senton atomico for a near fall. We get Bailey who tried the Ultimo weapon but missed. We get Fox who kips out, hits it into Guri. Bailey was ready with a lunging kick though. As Fox dodged it, he missed low main pain, and then Bailey followed up with the Ultimo weapon to get the win to pick up the victory here. Decent matchup. It was fast paced. Nothing to write home about, but Fox is right up there with Brian Keefe of people that's barely ever on Dynamite and came out here fucking ice cold to these fans who barely reacted to him. Did you mute yourself?
I did.
Yeah.
What did Fox lie about to get himself taken off that all-in card?
Oh, his visa. I can't believe we're still talking about that 3 years later because of where he's at now.
Just ruined fucking everything. Perhaps if that didn't happen, we could be watching Jericho versus AR Fox instead of fucking Ricochet, who does the exact same things except slower now because he's 10 to 15 years older. I like AR Fox a lot, and I wish he was used properly. But wrestling companies and billionaires and boys in the back do know how to hold a grudge. Sorry. This match is fine. I don't hate Speedball anymore, so I can enjoy his nonsense. This match is fine.
Yeah, the crowd was dead for this. Because it had to follow that main event like that. This is why he needs to stop booking these fucking 3-hour shows like it's two different in the main event spot. Stop booking it like it is the first hour of Collision. Maybe some people would stick around.
That's a good point. Hey, I appreciate it.
Earlier today, Willow Nightingale is backstage, and she says, of all days, it is an honor and a privilege to wear the Turner Broadcasting Station title. So after 9 title defenses, knocking down every challenger and comeback, that's what the legacy of this network and Turner deserves. Whoever wants next, step up, as she's going to defend the title every single week to continue its legacy.
God. What the fuck? Sorry. It's the same story for every fucking belt. What is going on? What is going on? Holy shit.
Except in the women's division, they don't say, yeah, fuck this belt. I want the other one. I want the world title.
Which is what she should do. She should say, I won fucking 9 of these fucking things. I'm kind of done with this.
They should make it the NWA TV title, where if you defend it a certain amount of times, you can then cash it in to get a shot at the world title.
Please. And fucking thank you. What the fuck? What a waste. What a waste. What's her contract up? I know she resigned recently.
Wait, damn, you wanted to leave?
I do. If I had to wave my hand and get one person out of there, it'd be Willow.
Where's she gonna go?
She can do well. She's fucking fantastic. She's charismatic. She's got the size. And
they're gonna start her off on NXT, and you know what Shawn Michaels does there.
Hey, whatever. Mariah made it. It should be fun. Will's better than she is. Will be fine.
Pac is backstage with the Death Riders, applauding the indestructible boy that never quits, Darby Allin, saying that he better never forget about the thorn in his side. Pac and Allin are 2-1 in singles competition in Pac's favor, so he demands a shot at the AEW World Title, saying that he's a mountain that Allin will never truly conquer. Hell, if Allin can be champion, Pac certainly can. So prove him wrong. And it is official. This Saturday at AEW Fairway to Hell, it will be Darby Allin defending the AEW World Championship against Pac. These guys have nothing but bangers, so I'm looking forward to that. And it does make this show a little bit more watchable with this matchup alone, with the quality of what Darby Allin has done as AEW World Champion. And I'm just interested to see how this arena looks, because this is basically going to be a wrestling ring on a golf course.
Fairway to Hell? Like Highway to Hell? Except it's a fairway. Get it?
Yeah, get it.
Get it? Okay. Yes, should be fine.
King Potato says they're going to job her out to Jaida Parker. Annika says, Willow versus Jaida, give me that. Jaida is not, I don't know if it's the injury, but she's not as good as she once was.
Maybe you guys are just not used to how hot she is. You've woken up to the fact that she's just fine. Fine.
Well, Lola Vice is still attractive, but she's gotten better in the ring.
I'll take your word for it.
She has. Jamie Hayter one-on-one with Skye Blue is next. Renee Paquette is ringside before this upcoming matchup, saying that Triangle of Madness has been wreaking havoc on the women's division, bringing up Persephone and Alex Windsor as latest victims, and acts as if Hayter will be able to stop their momentum. The bell sounds and Blue misses a charge as Hayter decks her with a big boot to the outside. Blue then hits a snap mare, but she then gets a thrust kick by Hayter. Then you get Blue who reverses things. She applies her dragon sleeper, which Hayter escapes. She brought Blue to the corner and misses a lariat as Blue hits a flatliner on the apron before smashing her into the barricade. Both ladies trade shots on the outside before Hayter got a couple of corner boots in the ring and then hits a missile dropkick and a release German suplex. Exploder gets her a near fall. Blue is planted with a spine buster, but Hayter opts to dish out more punishment and then make a pin attempt. It proves costly as Blue hits a thrust kick, only for Hayter to answer back with the Insiguri. Blue goes for Code Blue, but Hayter sits out. She gets a near fall on that. We get the cheeky Nando's kick by Blue, only for Hayter to get her boot up and then hanging sleeper in the corner. Blue fought free as they were battling up top. They slug it out. It looks like Blue's going for the Code Blue off the top before Hayter catches her arm and hits an avalanche Haterade for the 1-2-3 to pick up the victory here. Good matchup. I thought this was probably the second best matchup on the show. They just beat the hell out of each other for less than 10 minutes. That's my type of matchup. Hayter, after the matchup, she hits Blue with another Hayter raid as Tekla and Julia Hart watched this matchup and fake applauded for Hayter from the crowd. So I think we're getting Hayter versus Tekla again.
Are we gonna put the belt on Hayter?
I wouldn't mind that, but I don't see that happening.
Why the fuck are we doing this again? What the fuck? Oh my god. Sorry, Hayter. I used my magic wand to get you out of there, but I already used it on Willow. So you're stuck. And I'm not sure about you doing as well. You're talented, but you kind of got like a sameness that's concerning. Yeah, whatever. Maybe we should start treating women like TK does. Just go whatever after the match.
Yeah, that's basically how he said. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Like, just do this match. Do this person versus this person. Have a free day.
I don't understand. Poor Tony.
Yeah, this is true. I do agree with Power Drive finisher. I'd be more concerned about Willow just getting released than how they book her.
You gotta stop it. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you people? Why don't you not listen to reason? When I told you about Stephanie McCarron and Julia, you guys were blowing Julia. What did I tell you? What did I say? This person's better than that person. I don't know what they did before they got here. All I know is that one's better than that one. No disrespect. Willow will be fine. Sorry.
Hey, Julia about to get feel like Julia would be closer to getting.
I was about to say, if Julia got released, I wouldn't be completely shocked. I gotta be honest,
Either.
that'd be better for all parties.
They might be.
Jesus.
Don Callis family are backstage as Don says everything is coming up for the Callis family. Mark Davis is going to crush Jack Perry this Saturday for the national championship, while Kazuchika Okada has staked his claim for the AEW World Title. Konosuke Takeshita says that Okada shouldn't be worried about the world title. He should be worried about losing the international title to him at Double or Nothing. Callis stops them from arguing with one another and says that Okada is his hand-picked choice for the AEW World Title, right in front of Andrade. Right in front of Andrade. And Andrade said, wait, Don, how you know? Then he just walks away. Callis says, oh, it's funny. He's using his catchphrase on me. But he said he knows everything, and it means more gold for the Don Callis family. Tony Schiavone said that Callis completely ignored that Andrade had won the IWGP Global Heavyweight Championship as if he didn't care.
Why would he? Look at that ugly ass belt.
Hey, I think every belt looks better with a white strap.
No, it's the ugliest white strap belt ever. So plain looking. Ugh. Sorry.
Better.
Look at that. Ew! Oh, fucking ill. No. Come on. I at a certain point, as much as I enjoy Don Callis and Andrade, at a certain point, we gotta wonder how Don convinces us he would be to join this group. Because he's clearly bad at people management.
He really is.
Not very good at any of this. How did he get all this? I don't understand. Good Lord.
He's like the worst agent ever. He's not Ari Gold.
Terrible. But hey, this was fun. I wish it was the main thing going on in this company, but it's not.
It really is. Ooh, it felt like it was the hottest thing in the company like 6 months ago. Roosh is with Manny Lowe in one-on-one action. Much like his recent string of matches, this did not last long. Roosh completely steamrolls this poor fella, wastes no time putting him in the corner. He hits the bull's horns, and he wins this matchup in 20 seconds. Roosh does not get paid by the hour, as he quickly gets on the mic, and he doesn't even say anything. He just says, remember, when you mess with the bull, you get the horns. He probably got paid a pretty penny for like 45 seconds of his day.
I don't know what's going on. A lot of people pick the wrong time to watch fucking WTV. So all we get now is shitty catchphrases for some of these wrestlers. What is going on? His horse shit. Andrade is awesome. That's different. How you know it's fantastic? That can stay. Kevin Knight's talking horse shit. What was his catchphrase? Too fly. Shut the fuck up.
The jet is too fly.
That is top tier horseshit. Kevin Nash rolling over in his grave. What is this horseshit?
That don't mind.
They learn how to be black from a fucking cassette tape. What is this? Jesus.
Oh man. We got a super chat donation here from our boy Kaza. Thank you so much, Kaza, for the support. Kaza said, Kaza, we got to give you one of these. Let's give you Jimmy's favorite.
Weapon in hand, too. And Blackpool Combat Club, they better wear out Kenny as long as they can. Hangman's going to come out here.
That Moxley haircut was hideous back then. He was great to embrace the Clippers. Kaza says, I can miss an entire Dynamite episode because I know SP3 and Jimmy got me covered with AEWramble. You know it, brother.
Thank you, brother.
You know it. Then thank you so much, Kaza, for the support. Then we get a video package of Jurassic Express driving in the desert, with Jack Perry says that he was told as a kid, it's not the size of the dog in the fight, but the size of the fight in the dog. It doesn't matter how big or bad Mark Davis thinks he is. Perry has beaten him before, and he'll do it again. Perry is showing himself climbing rocks and says that if you don't like it, fuck you.
Ooh. All right, never mind. Moxie's head of Jack Perry. Holy shit.
I almost fell out the chair.
If you don't like it, fuck you. You're a rebellious 16-year-old? Shut the fuck up. Oh my God. I hate this person so much. What is going on? You don't like it. Fuck you. Oh, Jesus.
Wow. Finally, It's the Bang Bang Gang and the Young Bucks. You have Bang Bang Gang represented by Ace Austin, Colton Gunn making his return alongside his brother Austin, and the Young Bucks. They face the Death Riders, Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta, and Daniel Garcia with Marina Shafir, and the Dogs, David Finlay and Clark Connors. You got John Moxley, who joins the commentary team as the heels attack the babyfaces during their entrance, but the Bucks fought off Garcia and Yuta. We get a triple suplex in the ring that Moxley calls a human centipede suplex as the Bucks and Bang Bang Gang hit a quadruple corner punches and atomic drops until Claudio is sent flying with an assisted Bucks Hurricane Rana to the floor. They finally isolate. Austin does the heels as Moxley says he calls Yuta and Garcia the dark horses of the Death Riders and brings up the tortoise and the hare or whatever you want to use. It's all about consistency. Moxley questions where Nigel McGuinness is, not able to show up for an hour of work, and Taz says that he's actually Nigel and has an English accent. The banter of the commentary during commercials was actually funny this week. We get the locomotion corner charges by the Death Riders and the Dogs. Claudio hits the giant swing with Wheeler Yuta hitting the drop kick. You get Schiavone, who X's for Moxley's thoughts on Ospreay being cleared, and Moxley says that his future is up to Ospreay himself, and that's all he'll say. Colton Gunn makes the hot tag and he starts running wild. He pump fakes Yuta and hits a nice little neck breaker, low bridges Claudio, and then plants Yuta with a spinning back suplex slam. Moxley says Colton is tough like an old piece of beef jerky. Austin was sent over the top rope onto Claudio outside as Garcia swept out Colton's leg and looks for the Dragon Tamer as Yuta hits a curb stomp, but they only get a near fall. Eventually, we have Ace Austin and everybody's coming into the ring. We get Stereo dies with the Swanton and a top rope elbow drop by the Bucks. The Bucks fire up the super kick farty with Shafir screaming at Garcia at ringside, asking what's going on. BTE trigger dished out as we get Austin hits a squat lift DVD on Yuta. We get Austin and Yuta slugging it out center ring as Yuta skins the clat on the bottom rope and then turns right into a trifecta super kick from the Bucks and Ace. We get the Bucks then hit duels topes as Austin hits Yuta with the fold and gets the 1-2-3 to pick up the victory for the baby faces. Juice Robinson sprints out to the ring to celebrate with the Bang Bang Gang and the Bucks, while Moxley is none too pleased at commentary as the baby faces stand tall to end the night. This was a pretty fun multi-man matchup, but that crowd was absolutely dead by the third hour. They had no type of energy for this, but they got up for the finish at least.
I know the solution to this is, as you said earlier, to structure this as a 3-hour-long show instead of 2 and 1. But then I couldn't ignore the last hour of fucking Collision. So I don't want to do that. I think the way we did it is just fine.
He's only thinking about himself.
This is we'll call it a party match if you like. Spot fest if you want to be mean. Who gives a fuck if you want to be honest? Who needs this? I'm glad I didn't see this if Mox was on commentary. I know a lot of people enjoy his commentary. I hated it during that fucking, what was that, Dragon and ZSJ? Oh, I hated it.
Yeah, I loved it. I loved it during that match. That was his peak commentary performance.
Ooh, please.
He comes off like Randy Marsh from South Park, like a drunk dad when he's watching the Death Riders, like a drunk dad cherry on his kid.
Does he have an injury history? He's been hurt before. You know what? I won't get into that. We can save that for next week. Just trying to give myself some hope.
All right, we've made it to the end of another edition of AEWramble. Y'all know what time it is. It is time to give our ratings on the show. Let us know in the live chat, in the comment section, your match of the night, your MVP, your LVP, your moment of the night, whether you gave this show a thumbs up, a thumbs down, a thumbs in the middle, and out of 10, what did you give last night's AEW Dynamite and Collision 3-hour episode? For me and Jimmy Macaram, for the May 6, 2026 edition of AEW Dynamite and Collision, In 3, 2, 1. Thumbs down from both of us. What did you give the show out of 10?
Excuse me. I'm gonna give it. Oh, how low do I want to go? Darby and Kevin Knight might have saved the day. Make this at least respectable. I'm gonna go with a 5. I think I hated everything else.
Yeah, I'll go with a 5.5 out of 10. I wanted to go 6 out of 10, but I was like, no, that's being too generous. If it was the Ciampa and Darby matchup, that might have been enough to give it a 7 out of 10. But it was a great match, not like a TV match of the year candidate. Great performance by both guys. And the main event scene, even though, you didn't like the hair stipulation, I think it's fine. It's like what would be like 3rd on my list or 4th on my list in regards to what stipulation I would have added to this, but it's still fine to give us stakes and give us a matchup that feels worthy of the main event at Double or Nothing. And finally, we have a main event for Double or Nothing, so I'll give them credit for that. So 5.5 out of 10. What was your match of the night? Obviously, a Darby and Kevin Knight, right?
C.
MVP for the show.
Let's go with Louis. Let's go with Darby and Knight. I don't like to do colors, but let's do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to Darby. I'll give it to Darby alone. Who was your LVP?
Outrageous! Just Negro leap from the ring, and that's all he can get. He can't even get some little.
Okay,
love.
I'll give it to Darby and Jet. You're right. LVP for the show.
Will Ospreay. What a fucking loser.
I'm gonna give it to Ricochet and Jericho.
Oh.
And moment of the night. What you giving it to?
You know what? Let's give it to the tribute to Ted Turner.
Yeah. I was gonna give it to also Kevin Knight with the leap from the ring to the table, but that would be too much on one thing. So yeah, you're right. The tribute to Ted Turner feels like the best thing to give moment of the night to. But that is it. That is our votes for AEW Dynamite and Collision. This was not a good 3-hour show. Hopefully they can bounce back when they're at their regular station time. And I'm just convinced wrestling television shouldn't be 3 hours because SmackDown has sucked since like February, and that's 3 hours. And Raw was much worse when it was 3 hours in comparison to now when it's 2.5 hours. It's just mid. It's not bad. Bad was when it was 3 hours and they didn't know what to do. But a show that is regularly 2 hours and then you make it into 3 1 week, it just doesn't translate, especially when you have so many healthy DNPs. Kenny Omega, Swerve Strickland, Mercedes Moné, Hangman Adam Page. They're not injured. They're just not here. You can't. That's a major lack of star power that doesn't make 3-hour programming conducive for this company.
I'd say that's true. Though I don't need seeing those guys back anytime soon. Except Kenny Omega. If you don't have anything to do, just stay off TV. That's my general philosophy on it. See Hangman. That's why. Look at Swerve. He should be off TV. Instead, he's wrestling Bandito. What is going on? Just stay home.
Well, Jimmy, we've made it to the end of another episode here. Any final thoughts or any plugs?
I'll let you slide.
That's why I said final thoughts. I didn't say plugs.
I said I'll let you slide. I'm gonna slide. No,
so I shouldn't say this at the end of the episode. I shouldn't say any final thoughts.
No.
Okay.
You can
follow me. You can follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSP3. You can follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at True Hill Heat. Patreon.com/True Hill Heat. $3 a month. Gets you exclusive content. The best way to support us when we are not live here. And you can check out all of GOAT Match series. If you haven't already, check out the stuff that we put on here on the channel for all subscribers. But go to Patreon now where you can watch the latest edition of GOAT Match series that's going to be dropping later this this week, where me and Jimmy watch Io Shirai versus Mayu Iwatani from Stardom Year-End Climax 2026. Check out all the content we got here on the channel, like our NJPW Wrestling Dontaku 2026 review. Check out our latest interview for True Heels BTR with Alex Kane, talking all about his exit from MLW and everything going on in his career. And tomorrow, live here on the channel, Alex Kane.
Oh, is that his new name in WWE? Hobbs is landed on rough times.
God damn you. Why are you this way? All niggas look the same to you? Damn. And check out tomorrow, 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time. Me and Maggie will be here for our WWE Backlash 2026 preview. Me and Jimmy will be back with you next hopefully next Thursday for AEWramble, reviewing AEW Dynamite. But for Jimmy Macaram, it is me, your True Heel Phenom SP3. This has been AEWramble episode 248, Hair or Nothing, for the May 6, 2026 edition of AEW Dynamite. We're signing off until next time.